Welcome in. Welcome in. What's going on, everybody? Game is, I don't really know what to tell you. I don't know what the hell they're doing on camera. They're sitting here yucking it up with the damn Utah Jazz fans. We get it. You're in Utah. Can we get to the game, please? What is going on, everybody in the chat? Let me take a look here. Let me pull the old chat up. We got 38 watching. What's good, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. We're already over our first quarter goal of 25 likes. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. We got a big game tonight. Here's what I'm thinking. The Suns have a statement game in front of them if they can win this game. Everybody's saying one of the major teams the Suns need to worry about is the Clippers. And that's fair. So what better statement than we don't even have Kevin Durant yet and we can beat you? What happens when we get Durant? I'd like to send that message to them ahead of time. So, I don't know, maybe we can get in their heads a little bit during the playoffs if we have to go up against them, because it's going to be a tough matchup. I mean, they've got Kawhi, who, when fully healthy, is arguably the best player in basketball. And if he's going to be healthy in the playoffs, you know, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be a cakewalk. I know everybody thinks this is a cakewalk to the finals, but it's not. But we are in a great position. Suns are in a great position. Dat Homie said, bro, Durant sounds very motivated. Yeah, definitely. What's going on? Satman, Manitas, Devin Booker, Lonnie Phoenix, Grayson. We got Lunkers in the house. Joshua, what's going on? Joshua Nunez. Got Jackson's Goated, Lester Neal. Jobin, what's up? Dat Homie, Charles, Joseo, him, Tashi D. And I feel like Jordan, Asim Dude. If I forgot anybody, Dylan Johnson, ESPHX, Fernie01. I feel like that's everybody. But Dat Homie says, have you seen his press conference today? I honest to God, I have not watched it yet. I saw all the pictures, but I was up making that Kevin Love video until, I kid you not, like I didn't get in bed until 9 a.m. The news broke late last night-ish, and so I was like, damn, I got to make a Kevin Love video for sure. But I was wanting to play some video games, so I stalled and ended up not going to bed until 9 a.m. So I slept till like 4 p.m. today, you know? So I'm just running behind. I'm definitely going to watch the entire Kevin Durant press conference, but let me know what you guys think. Like, how was it? How was the press conference? Lunker says, hopefully Ross plays tonight. Absolutely. I would love to see Terrence Ross get some time, unlike our boy Baisley, who sat the entire game. Caesar said, Bridges with a 50 last night. Are you kidding me, Gabe? Well, we should have seen this coming. We should have seen it coming. It was 45 points, but we should have known, because the way he was playing for us would suggest that sort of thing was possible. And you put him on a team where they're giving him carte blanche. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's going to have a 40 burger, a 45 burger. I mean, it's it's one of those things, you know? Have you ever loved a woman or a man and you break up, but you don't hold any ill will, and you actually hope that they find, I mean, it's rare. Most of my exes, I can't stand them. You know, I hope nothing but the worst for the majority of my exes. But every now and then you date somebody and you're like, I hope they find what they're looking for. I wasn't it, perhaps, but they deserve something good. That's Mikhail. I want nothing for the best for him. I want him to be in the playoffs. I want him to be in the All-Star game. Not this year, but next year. I want nothing but the best for him. The Unique Stud said, T. Ross is available. Let's hope he and Baisley get playing time. I mean, Terrence Ross, I think, will get worked into the rotation, right? I could see Baisley sitting again the entire game. This is the Clippers we're talking about. This is a stacked team. Are they as stacked as us with Kevin Durant? No, but they're just as good as the last team we played. And what happened in that game? You didn't get no Baisley because coach is worried about winning these games. Why? Because we lost so many damn games in a row. We can't afford to. Baisley's going to have to earn it in practice, I think is what I'm saying. 82 watching already. Welcome in, everybody. I'm still waiting on the game to start here. Thank you for hanging out. They're just Chuck and Shaq and Kenny and oh, snap! A wild Sundo has appeared. A wild Sundo has appeared. Break the gate. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Don't break the gate. Don't break the gate. I got you muted. All right. You there? I can't hear nothing. Are you faking me out?
Break the gate.
I was about to say, you're not even moving your lips. Why would you be ventriloquisting? God dang. No parlays for me tonight. I just running behind. I didn't get it. I didn't get around to it.
No parlays for Gabe because he's a bum.
Yeah, but they're coming. Okay, got my tax return, so they're coming. No, I'm an American, and I'm ready.
He's an American, and he blows his tax savings on gambling.
Yep.
What an idiot.
I mean, I got red American blood.
You're only getting about 40 minutes of Sundo. This game needs to hurry up and start.
Dude, they're taking their sweet-ass time. How often do they take a full 15 minutes to start before the game? Like... Did one of the teams forget their jerseys or something? Like,
I have no clue. They got to do all this production for Utah. I don't care about Utah. I don't care about the All-Star weekend. Play the game.
Like, you think they're just using this opportunity to like really try to sell the All-Star game? Like, this is a game people want to see.
Yes.
Perfect time to do an impromptu 15-minute commercial.
No, seriously, yes, that's what they're doing. TNT needs some ratings, baby.
Man, SOBs.
The first Durant jersey. See that guy with the Durant jersey on? It was so beautiful.
I'm tonight. I will be looking and trying to secure a turquoise Kevin Durant jersey. I think I might go classic sunburst. What should I go with? The blue. I think maybe the classic. Maybe the purple classic. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm buying one tonight. I don't give a rip.
Buy Sundo one.
Sundo's gonna have some money from Suns Valley podcast coming in a few days. All right, because we actually turned a profit this month.
Tell them about it.
All right. Well, I'm just saying.
By we it's just Gabe.
No. You're here like every time, man. I mean, We'll see how it all breaks
profits.
Here we go. We got 95.
By the way, 97 people watching off of it. Thank you guys. And 40 likes already.
40?
Yeah, man.
Real quick before the game starts, see if we can get 50 likes. Are there 10 of ye among us?
10 of you. Real quick. The game's ready to start. You're ready to tip off. 10. 44. Come on.
Oh, that was quick.
53. Let's go.
Hey, you guys rock, man. Thank you.
That's right. You guys,
dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think our new
that homie says I smell new Suns fans.
Oh, welcome. Okay.
We are a welcoming community. The Suns community. Charles won 69 likes. You know what? I agree with Charles.
CP3 gets it from Aiden, kicks it to Aiden for the floater. He alligator armed it. No good.
Ooh, ugly. Give me a
man grind hard, kicks it back to a wide open Zoo. Bach.
All right, let me refresh here.
Damn.
Booker.
Booker.
Refresh.
I can pause if I need to. Booker gets a screen from CP3 and from Ayton. Kicks it to CP3. Over to Craig. Craig definitely traveled with it. Got away with it. Does a step back mid-range. A la McHale. Can't get it, but Okogie saves it. Booker, deep three. Brick.
Your man grind hard. Got the ball. Kicks to Kawhi. Chicken wing. George gets a pick from Zubac. Zubac with the lay, and Nope gets fouled by 8.
Now I gotta refresh. What the hell?
No, I'm the one who can pause, or you can do that too.
I'll try. I want to get some higher quality damn resolution too.
Press conference right on the floor. You could hear the excitement level.
So what do you think about Kevin Love? You want him?
Why not? Did you make the video?
I did.
Is it out? I was looking for it today
It's
and I
out.
couldn't find it. When did it go out?
4 p.m. Central.
That's why I was checking. Soon.
Yeah, I waited until people are actually on YouTube. Oh, there's Mama Durant.
Mama Durant now next to the owner, bro.
Mama Durant sitting with Ishbia.
Ishbia wants that dark chocolate.
To grace your organization and to have it and embrace it.
I hope not, for his sake. Don't break up your family for that. Booker saves an errant pass, pulls up, foot on the line, brick. Okogie, you went over his back.
Dude, what is this start?
Out of bounds on the Suns.
Can't get a bucket. Can't get a
What
bucket.
is this start to the stream, bro? 116 watching, fellas. Thank you. Welcome
Yes, sir.
in.
67 likes also. So as you file in, keep hitting that like, but can we get 100 by the end
Dude,
of the first?
like I didn't want to bring it up, but we might. Morris fadeaway hits.
Oh, good. Can we get 100 by the end of this, bro? We might be able to get it. 69 right now. That's what Charles wanted.
Maybe we just stay at 69 likes, folks. I don't know.
Jab step, Ayton kicks to Paul. He's gonna set a pick. Paul takes it. Now Paul's in the paint. He's gonna kick the
Booker throws it away to Ayton.
Man,
CP3 with the steal. CP3 ain't no traffic cone, romp. Shut up. Booker to the rack. And one. Draws a foul from your boy Paul George. And hopefully seeing these free throws go in.
It wasn't an and one, but all right.
It wasn't an and one. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here. He missed. But it was a foul. What up, baby boy toy Roy?
Boy, what's good, homie.
Dominic in the house says, is Booker playing in the All-Star game? I don't think so. Did they say who's going to replace Zion?
Williamson.
Yeah. Xylon.
Kevin Durant's not playing, right?
Nope.
To determine kind of what
It should be Booker. Booker hits his free throws. Hopefully he remembers how to shoot from now on. Paul George guarded by Okogie.
We replaced KD, Mikal Bridges. Just kidding. But did you see Mikal Bridges' performance last night?
Yeah.
Goodness, Paul George.
Snatch
on the drive.
back. That shit was
Gosh.
gorgeous. That was actually gorgeous. Shut
He
up,
reminds me of a
Gary.
lesser
Shut
Mac.
up.
So these games are very important heading
Okogie's already
I
got
hate
an
this
offensive
movie.
rebound, you cuck.
in years past. A while ago,
Ayton backing down. Nope, kicks it to Paul.
It's Paul George, bro. Come on, do him.
Step back three. CP3. Brick. CP3. Kawhi kicks it to Morris. Morris step back on his former teammate Booker. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Clippers ball.
That's off a Z-Rock. Sorry.
Clippers ball.
I want a championship with LeBron.
Western Conference. Just think of everything that's been on his plate.
Bro, he need to start working out. He's getting a double chin, something fierce. Paul George down to man grind hard. Man! I'm so glad that didn't go in. You see that, Gary? Our boy Okogie just stopped a dunk.
That was Craig, but whatever.
You see that? Well, he was talking shit about Craig, too.
And what I mean by that is, listen, one thing they wanted was a quality backup center.
That ball
They had
went
Moses Brown
most of the
there.
way down and popped out.
So he had to go small in his second unit. That means you're playing players out of position.
Not a poster. That's all that matters.
Yep. Man hits the free throw.
73 likes, by the way. Keep them coming, y'all. 100 by the first. That would be dope.
I think I'm hearing your stream.
Yes, you're hitting my game because I don't have it in my headphones. I have it in the speakers.
Okay. Rebound, Craig, a.k.a. Dennis Rodman Jr. Just kidding. That's blasphemous. Booker kicks it to CP3. Fake pass. Gets to the free throw line. No, he can't hit anything.
This whole team can't hit anything. Everybody is just
man to the rack. Holy shnikes! Is that why they got rid of Reggie Jackson? Damn.
Apparently it's a tech.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody talking shit? Probably CP3. Oh, a D3. Yo, man just elbowed the shit out of CP3's stomach. Probably learned that from CP3. Thanks, Chris, my brother in the house. Hit the like. He just hit the like button. Can't talk.
Utility type of player. He embraces that, and even
Jordan says we getting cooked. Yeah.
Through the course of the year,
kind of. It's not even we're getting cooked. We just can't hit a shot right now. It's crazy how cold we are.
Kicks it to Booker, gets the screen from Ayton, pass to Ayton, pulls up the mid-range. That's what we need.
Thank you, DeAndre.
That's what we need.
And what a tear he has been on Jimmy in February, averaging better than 24 points per game, shooting 70.
Paul George snatch back. In and out. I'm having flashbacks from the playoffs.
I know we're depressed about, Mikal dropping 45 and him not being on the team a little bit. Can we just be satisfied with the fact that Ayton's been dropping like 30 points a game?
Ain't that the truth, bro? I'm happy for. Oh my God, man grind hard. Man gets grinded. Actually grinds Book real hard. God damn.
Call timeout. Can we call timeout?
I'm happy for Bridges, man. I'm really happy for Bridges. It's not ideal to lose someone and then go be another star, but this is the one situation in life when it's okay. When you got Kevin Durant back in the trade, it's okay. No one's going to be mad at us. No one's going to say you shouldn't have done that because they all would have done it. Every human being alive that knows anything about the NBA would have done it. So I'm not going to lose any sleep. And I truly believe that Mikal will be a Phoenix Sun again, and Cam Johnson. I truly believe it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a super bozo.
Delusional.
Booker said we will see what them boys are doing in 2026.
Yeah, of course he says that.
And that's when Chris Paul will be gone already. And Durant will he'll be 37 and his maybe he'll re-sign with us for less. Pie in the sky,
They are not coming back.
Why wouldn't they?
They're not coming back.
They love Phoenix. They love Phoenix.
They are not coming back.
That's what you said about TJ Warren.
I never said anything about TJ Warren.
Yeah, you definitely didn't say that, but you get the point. All right? I made you look bad.
It was just a cherry on top to the KD trade.
But he's super happy to be back. What would Booker? You realize Booker and Ayton will still be here, right?
Listen to me. Mikal Bridges is about to go on a tear in the East. He's about to be that dude for the Nets. He is not coming back.
You think he's just going to fall in love with the hipsters in Brooklyn and the coffee shops and the croissants?
He did it here.
Phoenix is better than Brooklyn. I don't care, bro.
Stop it.
By the way,
I think it's the fact that he's closer to home too.
Side note: stow some money away. Let's take a trip to Phoenix with our mouthy wives. I don't know if yours is Phoenix. I don't know if yours is mouthy, but mine, it's like, sometimes you just want to,
trying to talk me into going on a trip. No, he ain't paying for it. That's the problem.
But when I did say
Niggas
so,
broke.
hey, me and Katie, we were driving last night, and I was like, we got to take Sundo and his wife to Phoenix. I'm like, obviously we can't afford to pay for it. She's like, I'm saying, like, what do you mean take them? I'm like,
Can we go to, what was that one place you talked about?
Sedona.
Can we go to Sedona instead?
Well, absolutely. It's just like a 2.5, 3 hour drive from Phoenix.
Can we do it?
It is worth
Well, we can't
it.
do it during basketball season. Can we do it 4th of July weekend?
You would never want to go there 4th of July.
I know, it'd be scorching hot.
We'll
We'll go next Christmas. How about that?
That would be the perfect time. Oh my God,
Next
that sounds
for a basketball
magical.
game.
Yeah, they'll probably have a Christmas game. Maybe it's a home game.
One of the best, man.
Oh my gosh. Well, Craig's still broke. Misses the jumper. Kawhi in and out on the jumper. Thank God.
He's a basketball novice and everybody else will adjust
CP3.
around.
Caesar, are you serious, bro? You live in Sedona? You are so lucky. Okogie, pump fake. No, don't do that, Okog. Ayton, do you hit that, Ayton? Oh, boy, that
If you would
was...
have hit that, you would have lost your mind.
Yeah, that was sexy. What up, Ben?
Oh, look at
What up, DJW? Kawhi takes a screen, push dribble into the paint. That's a travel! Luckily, he smoked a layup.
Don't overthink it. As alluded to.
Booker still ice cold, bro.
Damn,
What the
goodness,
hell
this
is
is
going
terrible.
on?
Well, the beautiful
Man, grind hard. Kicks it to Kawhi.
based on OKC, but also USA basketball.
Hits Paul George, steps into a three, flick it at wrist.
That
wrist! And it's good.
Playing really well, but that's the
Damn.
beauty of having
What is going on
some
with this
kind
team
of,
right now?
I think, connection.
They're just, I don't know. Booker to the rack, beautiful. Beautiful. They have got to get something going
Thank you,
here.
Devin Armani.
Am I ahead of you?
No. Yes.
I
A little
am.
bit, but not about a lot.
Okay,
Man, grind hard. Gets a pick. He's trying to pass
Out
it
of bounds.
back.
Tell me when
Out
it
of
hits the ground.
bounds. Hit the ground.
okay. CP3 inbounds
You know
now.
what, Dennis, let me ask you this, too,
Yep.
with that-
KD's big head on the screen.
Keep that hat on, KD. Definitely keep that beanie on.
How do you think it will
I feel you.
kind of integrate himself?
Pocket
What a
pass to Ayton.
pass.
That shit was that was a green release animation that Ayton just did. You knew it was good. That is pretty. Keep feeding Ayton. Let's just go through him since no one can hit a jumper. Is that fair? Paul George gets it to Leonard. Leonard to Morris into the corner to Man grind hard. Man hits.
Good passing.
Damn. 145 watching, Sundo. Is there any action you would like them to perform?
We want them likes. It's almost the end of the first.
Help
5 minutes
us
if you
out.
want to hit 100 by the end of the first.
Trying to
on
hit
the
100
cliff.
likes. Perhaps it will be good luck for our putrid sons. I'm taking a trip to Benjamin City. You guys do what you want.
Dustin says KD fans gonna pump your channel, and we welcome it. Welcome KD fans to Suns Valley Pod.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Going to get a lot of open opportunities. One thing Ty Lue said about Terrence Mann.
Hundo for Sundo. That's right, J Money. Hundo for Sundo.
A first quarter Sundo Hundo would be ridiculous, dude.
It would be. We're at 88, so bro, it's getting there. 12 more.
You need to drink some cinnamon milk to stay awake.
No, I can't do that. I gotta drive tomorrow. Booker, turn around.
Ay, 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 he's cold. What? Just take him out. Like, there's no point in having him in the game right now. He's... Oh, shit. No, he got stepped on. Oh, thank God that didn't go in, because that would have been a highlight. They would have...
Definitely fouled that man.
Yeah. They would have played that like Craig got bitched.
Oh,
Kobe!
Let's go.
Oh, Kobe has been unlocked. I probably just jinxed him.
Really did.
Eric Gordon back in a Clippers jersey. Damn.
Morris against Booker.
He's looking like a sack of potatoes right now. Pull up for Kawhi. He got fouled. No call. Ayton getting physical. Rips the rebound. Booker, be careful, Book. Booker, you got an old sack of potatoes guarding you. Takes him off dribble. Gets fouled. No good, but he's going to the line.
Should have came to Phoenix.
Right. Ross is in. Terrence Ross wearing number 8.
How does Terrence Ross get minutes before Baisley?
I told everyone, bro, I told everyone before the game starts, he will play tonight, but Baisley won't. Unless we're able to win, like, soundly.
Wild.
Dude, Terrence Ross is better than Baisley. Terrence Ross is better than Baisley. Fellas, we need 8 likes, please. If you haven't hit the like button, take the time. And also, we're so close to 4,000 subs, bro. We're so close. So if you have not subbed, we hope tonight will be the night that you take our hand in marriage. Is that a good example of no?
Sure, great example. CP3 mounts ball to 8. We got 93 likes. Come on, keep hitting the like button. 7 away.
Oh, CP3 mid-range. Everything is off. Everything. Damn.
Dude, there is so much hacking going on right now. They're just letting it go.
Terrence Ross.
Terrence Ross, baby.
Do your thing, Terrence Ross. Do your thing. Do your thing, Terrence Ross. Pocket pass to Ayton. Let's go.
Do we have a new backup point guard?
I mean, no, but, you know.
That's a beautiful pass, bro. Look at T. Ross, baby.
He looks good in the Suns classic
He really does. I might have found my new simp. My new simp, baby.
You're not going to be allowed to simp to Baisley because he's never going to play, so you might as well simp to Terrence Ross, bro.
T. Ross. That jersey looks great on him, bro. The number 8 with the Ross. Rick Ross. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen.
Is he doing a Caesars commercial?
Rip Shamit's minutes for real, Jose. For real.
I don't know, man. The way Monty plays it, I don't know.
That 8 is sexy, man.
Yeah, I'm choosing to look at that 8 as if it's Kobe Bryant's 8, not Frank Kaminsky's 8. That's what I'm trying to envision when I see that.
Giannis going to be out of the All-Star game. That's sad. 95 likes, 5 more to 100.
What's going on, Malo?
Ish, question mark. Ish is probably gone.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine Ish coming back at this point?
Not at this point.
No, and it's a damn shame, but we were a different team when we needed Ish. We were we were like a completely different team. Like
I don't see it. I
can't imagine starting up another 2K career and having this roster. It would feel like it's 2K24. We're so different.
But Ish is in the game right now, so
really,
yeah. Isn't today his last day of a contract?
I believe so.
So maybe Monty's giving them one last game, or maybe they already got a plan and we just don't know about it. But
maybe Baisley will never see the court.
Yeah, maybe they'll just cut Baisley and give him the 2 way.
Jeez. No, we got to have Baisley. We got to at least see what Baisley can do. He's a very good prospect. Monty better. I mean, but we're a weird team right now, man. We have so much more depth than before. Remember, that was the knock on the Suns? Their depth is shit. Their bench is shit. Who's laughing now? Huh? Who's laughing now?
Everybody.
I mean, I can smell my wife's cooking in the other room. It's making me so damn hungry. D'Amelia, aka something sisters. What's your other name, D'Amelia? What's the sisters? Damn, I can't remember.
101 likes.
Let's go. Oh my dude. That's got to be the first time we've had a 100 first quarter.
I don't know, maybe.
You guys freaking rock. Thank you guys for helping us grow the channel and grow this even just specific stream. Here we go. Plumlee wearing number 44. Screen for Leonard. Wild pass saved. Bones Highland. Don't call it a foul. I guess Terrence Ross must have reached in.
Highland, bro.
Yeah, bro. And it wasn't that the Nuggets necessarily thought he sucked, because he doesn't. He was just getting mad about playing time over there, some shit like that. So he kind of forced himself out like 2K. What up, Gary Archer? You're already our favorite Gary, right?
Yes, already.
We like you already better than Spurs fan Gary, I can tell you that much.
Already the best Gary.
Split upon those two.
It was a low bar, Gary.
Those shots are
Doesn't matter. You are now officially the best Gary in the Suns Valley podcast community.
Prototypical wise of setting up his teammates.
Highland hits the free throws. We got Chris Paul with the ball. Gets a screen from T. Ross. CP3 kicks it to T. Ross. Drives, pulls up.
Okay, T. Ross. Okay, T. Ross.
You see why we don't need Melo?
I'm the biggest roast.
Plumlee.
I'm the biggest roast that you've seen this fall.
So we're basically just gonna call him Terrence Rose. Rose! That's what I want.
Statistically, he
Rose
took the
or
next
Rick
step
Ross
this year,
reference, which
somewhere
one?
along the lines, disgruntled with his role.
Ricky
Like
Rose.
releasing the way they should have.
Let me pepper my wings. I'm about to get you fucked.
With this kid with the Clippers.
You ain't even know.
Workouts.
Kawhi misses. TJ Warren in the game. TJ. Saban to TJ. Back to Saban. Give it back to TJ. Okay, or Ish. Ish.
Come on, Ross. Do something.
Ross to the rack.
Do something with it.
What the what? Okay, got blocked. Okay. Ay.
Great, played well in the playoffs, so he brings that experience to the table.
Gang sisters, that's what it was, D'Amelia. I knew it was sisters.
Have a significant role with the Clippers.
Saban lead to Ross. Ross back to Jock. Jock pump fake. Hand off to Ross. Ross, can you believe it?
Who needs Shamit when you have Terrence?
Get Shamit out of this city now.
Rose.
Bruh.
Let's go, Terrence Ross.
Eric Gordon pump fake Saban Lee out of the stadium and one. Damn.
Move right there. I beat Jordan's kids.
Lunker said perfect fit. Totes agree, bro.
Absorb the contact and finish. Able to get it up and in and finish.
And fellas, listen, it feels like over doing it here, trying to ask for more likes. All right, but look, we appreciate all the likes. But, you know, new people coming in, we got 150. If you guys haven't hit the like button, that's how we're growing the stream so much. So please help us out. Hit that like button. He hits them free throws, and Jock Jams has it. Guarded by Plumlee. Handoff to Okogie. No, this is my guy, T. Ross. Ish to the rack. Kicks it back to Ross. Ross, hand in the face. Too much defense. You know, we could have maybe swung that one more time. Eric Gordon to the rack. Good defense by Jock. Rebound, Nick Saban. Euro step, Nick Saban. Oh, shit.
Blocked by the Plumlee.
Jock Landale got a nice rebound and then promptly got that shot beat by Plum.
One thing you gotta understand about Mason Plumlee and kind of
what do you think Dwayne Washington's doing?
Lawrence Frank wanted to get
Punching the air.
Punching the air.
Experience as a basketball.
Yeah.
Why that's important is because we're talking about making a playoff run, someone that you can count on that has been
Eric Gordon, free throw is good.
Guys, I'm just trying to imagine now what the rotation is going to be like when we get Payne and Shamit.
The prospect of having Cam Payne as the backup point guard is looking a whole lot slicker these days. All right, Eric Gordon hits another free throw.
to be a deterrent at the rim, and also he's a very good lob threat.
Yeah, there is a feeling that Mason Plumlee,
Saban back to Jock. Wisely doesn't shoot.
For them.
Ish. Guard him heavily. Gets it down to Jock. Fouled from behind by Plumlee. Getting a little more
just
aggressive.
seems like that kind of ball player, like the white guy that's like always trying to aggravate you.
But you mentioned 10 years.
The Plumlees have
like
hops for white guys, though. They really do.
Which one is this one? Mason? Miles?
Yeah, Mason.
To play for a team like
I know there's like 6 of them dudes.
Right? Saban pulls up. Really, Saban? Really, Saban? Really? You literally have TJ Warren on the court, and you're doing that? Ay. Snatch back between the legs from George. Gets it to Plum. Nice pass to Bones. Damn! 28-18. For God's sake, TJ, do your thing, TJ. Why isn't TJ doing it? Terrence Ross. Rose.
Showing you that playmaking ability.
Hey, let Ross cook.
Let Ross cook. Let Ross cook. Let Ross cook. Goodbye, Ish. Goodbye, Ish.
Final 37 seconds of the quarter. Highland.
Bones, bad pass, stolen by Saban. Nicky Saban, Alabama head coach, now turns Suns two-way. Gets it to Jock. At least he's going to the line.
Yeah, at least he's going to the line. Goodbye, Payne and Landry. Slick James says.
No, bro, I think Saban is saving Cam-Payne's career right now with his terrible play.
True. Montez says Aston Martin music.
Aston Martin music. Maybach music. Man, takes me back. Reminds me of the good old days.
The 27-year-old.
Greg's back in the game.
161 watching. This might be a first quarter record for us. 23-28. Last play. Paul George gonna chicken wing somebody, I'm sure. One more like for 110, folks, please. Paul George, screen here from Plumlee. Pulls. Nice brick. Okogie bringing it up. Okogie gonna pull up. I respect him for taking that three, bro. He hurt his fantastic 3 percentage in the last few games to try to help the Suns out. Chris Paul respects that for sure. You thinking about staying until halftime, or are you gonna head out now?
Stay for like 15 more minutes.
Let's go.
15 more minutes, but good first quarter. I mean, we started off slow, but Terrence Ross really is the hero of the first quarter.
Talk to me about your impressions of Terrence Ross.
Dude's a baller. He looks good, bro. He looks like he knows how to get his shot. He drives. He knows exactly how to get to the spot. He wants to take the jumper and takes it. I like it. That three that he hit in the corner was also clutch, man.
So heavily defended, dude. I like in 2K that's called smothered. And he still hit. Here's my thing. I don't want to jump the gun. And I don't want to say that this is a prediction. All I'm saying is, in a pinch, Terrence Ross could be the starting three. In a pinch. In a pinch.
In a pinch.
That's crazy. Because we're talking about considering having TJ Warren starting at the three. Who looks better right now, Sundo?
Rose.
Can we just call him Rick Ross and be done with it? We could just... He's never going to find out about this channel, or he's not going to hate us for it, I don't think.
Yes, on the channel.
What'd you say? You didn't break the gate?
I'm going to reach out to him. He's going to be on the channel.
He's going to be like, yeah, I was really interested in hanging out with you guys, but thanks, baby. Then I heard you guys were calling me Rick Ross, and I don't fuck with that. Thank you. Shout out to my beautiful wife who just hooked me up with a bowl of chicken and rice. All right.
Mine,
That's what I'm eating.
Where's mine, Katie?
If only. Man. So I said this before you got here. This is a potential statement game to the Clippers and to the whole league. If we can beat this really good Clippers team without KD, that makes us look way better. It's like, yeah, we're out here beating the Clippers without KD. What's going to happen when we have him? Because people are saying the Clips are the Suns' #1 test. And I believe it. I believe it. It's that, or, you know, the Mavs are going to be
Clippers
crazy.
5-point lead over Phoenix as we get set to start the second quarter.
Booger's back in the game. TJ Warren's in.
Calm before the storm, downtown Salt Lake City. And the fun begins
Right now the lineup is Okogie, Booker, TJ Warren, Landale, and Ross. I kind of like this.
Hell yeah. It feels way more balanced.
A full Saturday on the slate. NBA TV will have the All-Star practice.
You think Monty's going to fall in love with Rose?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Southern University and Grambling
I'm worried he won't
University.
fall in love. I'm worried he'll see this performance and be like, fuck you.
If he didn't like him already, he wouldn't be playing.
Katie said it's on the stove, Sundo.
Stove top rice and stuffing.
For all of those games and events, you can check out NBA.com.
Yo, stop fouling my boy!
Plumlee against Landale, showing that upper body strength, and
I'm Plumlee.
to the free throw line. As
They're calling that on Jock? Damn, dude, Jock should just haul off and hit him in the nuts next time. Like, get something out of it. Dude,
it was a play kind of drawn up for Paul George to
Jeez.
post up on the opposite block. But Mason Plumlee didn't see the pass available, and he was able to go one-on-one and see that free throw with his left hand.
Hey,
How about that? The switch over, he's a righty.
whatever happened with your fasting experiment? Was it tough?
What do you have?
Well, guys, this is a unique
started.
version of Shooter's
Okay.
Paradise. Talking to Mace before the game, last year, the last 15 games, he had a right hand injury.
Free throws are
He said, I
good.
had to switch 3D.
Be
So I
sure to
said,
start
why
here
you
soon.
switch back?
I haven't
He
worked
said,
out like a
"It
week, so I need
feels
to start
better
next week
shooting
again too.
left." So I'm
Don't
gonna
start
do
buddy-
losing your
Every time I see the big
gains.
fella
No,
with
my
the
buddy
high
moved
field,
out of his house, so he had to set his gym back up. So that's
Oh,
why I
damn.
took a week off.
Craziest things in the
Jock out to Terrence, please, please. Brick.
Ross misses a three. TJ
Warren, rebound, put back, depth. The Suns have depth.
Also, too,
I'm spitting all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
like
I heard it. I heard
Man.
all the rice and chicken
You're
come out of your mouth.
just like, I mean, I'm gonna have to get a fucking maid
Yep.
for a day.
Yep. Gosh, man.
T. Ross, Rose.
But to see someone do it from
I might as well just hock a loogie and just spit it all over my monitors.
It'll certainly be interesting to watch.
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss.
So second turnover for Highland already. You mentioned Tristan Thompson. First guy that comes to mind.
I love Ricky Rose.
Jimmy, again, just so unorthodox, that kind of an approach. But whatever works.
But it shows you, too, and I always say this, the game is more mental than physical. A lot of great physical players, athletic players, but the mental part has to be stabilized
Bro.
for you to be a consistent player. And you gotta
Terrence
find
Ross goes up
that
for a
switching
shot immediately like his name is
right-hand,
Devin
left-hand,
Booker.
free throw situation.
Feeling it, bro.
George.
Paul George. Now they say no basket.
Screen
No
foul,
basket.
bitch. Screen foul.
Thank you.
They must have called it off of the screen. Watch the screen right here. The foul. That's where he's calling a foul right there. The right
Yeah, bro.
hand of Devin
Plumlee is
Booker
just
on the
out of
inside
pocket.
hip. Right hip of Paul George is where the foul. Right there. That's where the call is at before the gather.
JB DeRosa making the call. And so side of the bounds for the Clippers.
Vision, I don't know. I think the Suns still have time to get it going. They just got to readjust here. Eric Gordon, hash mark 3.
The shooting
Damn.
range on his
Catch and
three.
shoot, limitless
Certainly
range.
one of the headlines of his offensive arsenal in his career.
Biombo to TJ Warren.
Back to an 8-point game.
Aw, Tej.
Left it short.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt, man. That looked like it hurt. Busy jammed his finger all the way into Bones' brain through his eye socket.
Sissies, bro.
Nah, dog. Imagine Busy's fingers. They're probably like, oh shit. His fingers are probably like as long as your forearm to your wrist.
Bones Highland is able to shake this off.
You know, Busy got strong fingers.
All right, y'all. The likes are slowing down. We are at 118. Keep hitting that like button if you're just
125. 125, please.
Clippers 32-28. This is George.
Bro, Paul George is beautiful with the ball, man. Holy shit.
He's like, he reminds me of Tracy McGrady, dude.
He reminds me of a bigger Devin Booker. Nice pass by Book. Book over to Ross. Ross finds Kobe! Start Kobe. Hashtag start Kobe. All right, I'm tweeting that shit right now.
Trying to put that injury in his rearview mirror.
Batum
Coach says don't ever
misses.
disrespect McGrady like that. Dude, Paul George is not as good, but his game is similar to Tracy McGrady. He's got the same size. He's just as long. Maybe not just as long because McGrady was lengthy. D-League, what an ugly shot. D-League, you bum.
Damon Lee couldn't shake Eric Gordon. Tried to push off to kind of get the shot. Able to recover.
Hey, D-League comes in the game and what does he do?
Elbow
Immediately gets an offensive foul, you idiot.
Hey, D-Lee's minutes might start dwindling here, actually.
Man, cut this nigga D-League.
I still love you, D-Lee. We still love you. Batum kicks it back. Eric Gordon, god damn.
Doing it at both ends for the Clippers.
Think about the mental part.
Are you ahead of me?
Eric Gordon went from a team that's rebuilding.
When did that happen?
Playing.
I got to shout out to my wife if she's still watching. Baby, this is the best chicken and rice you've made in months. Thank you. D-Lee misses. I'm brutally honest. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell you. I'll be like, nah, you know, this was not, But I do the most of the cooking in the house.
Okogie with the steal. Okogie driving. Okogie Euro. Okogie.
Hashtag start Okogie.
And D-League with the steal puts it in. Wow.
D-Lee.
Massive breakdown for the Clippers, and Ty Lue wants a timeout. And just
Hashtag Suns might be going to the finals, question mark.
Stop it.
I said question mark. I need to sit Romp down after this game and show him and Torrey. I need to. You know that scene that's a meme from the Jeffrey Dahmer thing where he's holding a knife and forcing that dude to like watch the TV? That's me showing Torrey and Romp chained up in my basement, blood on their extremities, making them watch Okogie highlights because they refuse to believe in him. Torrey refuses to believe in Okogie. And Romp's like, he's only 6'4".
Torrey can't believe in his own team right now, so I don't want to hear it.
Oh! Shots fired. We apologize, Torrey. Sundo doesn't mean that. He don't even begin to mean that, right? Maybe he does, Torrey. Maybe he does. You gonna see this Cocaine Bear movie?
No, but do you know it's based off of a true story?
I figured it was based off of that story where they said a bear fucking ate like 500. That. Look, I'm sorry.
For real.
If you want to go see that movie based on that trailer, I don't think there's anything I can say to help you, man.
No, I don't want to see it.
Not you, just anyone. That was a terrible looking trailer.
I know. I just know that it's based off of a real thing that actually happened.
Yeah, he ate like, what was it? They said like $50,000 worth of coke or something like that, or maybe
I don't
more.
know.
He said that he like died almost like immediately though.
Yeah, they said it died soon. But could you imagine if it didn't die soon and just rampage around the park?
Jesus. That's like when a regular crackhead, like skinny person takes like PCP and they don't feel pain and
Happened one time in my hometown. It was crazy.
You saw a dude on PCP?
Yeah, we had a venue. It's like a pizza place. And they had an outdoor venue for like music and stuff. This kid got high off of something and went to the music store and broke into the music store, and like when the cops like tried to get him, he was like, "I am God, listen to me," or some shit like that. Like,
damn,
wild. Like, how high do you gotta be?
Damn. Kind of sounds like a fun time. What up, Suns Valley? Says, you gonna go see the new Ant-Man? Hell yes. Hell yes. Paul Rudd deserves your money. You know?
I do like Paul Rudd.
And it's been a while since Marvel has put out a banger. Multiverse of Madness was hella disappointing. I feel like a child could have written that storyline. So I'm excited to get some good Marvel back in.
Kogi with
life. Kogi with another steal on the inbound. Hit it, Kogi! I'm gonna bust a nut!
Kogi, cash money. Jimmy, what has happened to the Clippers?
Inexcusable.
Don't worry about what happened to the Clippers. Worried about what happened to Okogie.
The basketball where they will turn it over in spurts.
Oh my gosh, Paul George just at 3, but I don't care right now. Okogie.
What up, young Hove?
2 turnovers trying to take the ball out of bounds against minimal pressure. That is a us problem more than a Phoenix Suns issue, you know?
Book posting up, drives, kicks it to Biyombo with the Shaq hang. Let's go.
Well, what it's also,
Phoenix offense has come alive.
And what it's done, Spiro, you've done this. It got the crowd back involved.
Gordon gets a screen, kicks it to Batum, over to George. Hits that 3 in Okogie's face. Good closeout.
On a 3-point
it's like the Western Conference Finals all over again.
When they make quick decisions with the basketball, they get shots anytime they want. And they don't. The problem
Busy
is
handoff to Book. Book down to Biz. Biz out to D-Lee. D-Lee in the corner. Let's go!
Shut up, D-Lee. Put your ass back. I'm already tired of this nigga. Like, I really am. Like, he be doing too much. He be talking too much. He be running him out too much. It's like, bro, you're not even doing anything. Like,
Batum no good. Over the back on Zubac. Busy pumped.
That's going to be his first.
Yo, and what is good, everybody? We got 187 watching. Help us out. Hit the like button. What are we at for likes?
125.
Thank you, guys. We're trying to hit 150 by the end of the second. Help us out.
I like that goal.
DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul back on the floor now.
CP3 gets a screen from Ayton, kicks it to Book. Book gets it out to Okogie. Okogie, you're Okogie! I swear. Can we just lock him in as the starter, please? Can we just lock him in and it's over with?
We are tied here in Phoenix.
Leonard kicks it back to man grind hard.
13 for Okogie.
Paul George, beautiful crossover. No good. Championship DNA D-Lee with the rebound. Booker drives, push dribble, kicks it out. Slapped out of bounds by Paul George. Was that not just ridiculous? Is this not the best Okogie you've ever seen?
Dude, this man Okogie, keep the mask on. You've been acting a fool since you've had the mask on. Keep it on.
Was able to get an easier 2 inside. Smart basketball.
Paul unable to get it to Book around the box, so they reset out to Okogie.
Okogie to the rack, pass, hand off to Ayton.
To be fair, Ayton got bumped, and I think he got fouled now. I'm just not gonna call it.
Yeah. Man, grind hard, slaps a 3, and they take the lead right back.
This kid is playing with confidence. He has 11 for the Clippers as they try to restore order.
Dominic said we might have found our new Mikal Bridges. No comment.
You see Josh and Coach right there, and Ivancha Zubac able to get the ball out, and then in transition, here's the confidence. You open, square up your feet, let it go, have confidence. Man able to knock it in.
So
What is this, offensive foul?
For the contact just a
Guess
moment
I don't
ago.
know.
Now a technical has been assessed to Marcus Morris.
What's going on, Yash?
Jawing a little bit.
What does he have right now, Yash? I mean, I don't feel like he's been super aggressive.
We'll shoot the tech for Phoenix.
That clip's kind of coming apart mentally here in this second quarter.
Come on.
Not able to benefit. I think it may be the wave off. Well, that's two hands. Push you. A little stronger, brother. Paul George is like, how'd I get the bad end of the stick on that one?
Booker
So Marcus Morris picks up a couple of personal.
drives left, kicks to Okogie. Or should I say Okogie? He misses.
The rebound corralled by
You're an
Zubac.
idiot.
Kawhi Leonard back in the game for the Clippers.
Leonard kicks to man-man Grindhard. Over to George. Back to Leonard. Little rocker step fake. Gets it out to man-man. Pump fake. Step back three. For man-man. No good for Grindhard.
Paul runs the
Booker.
play. Here comes
Euro. Oh, kicked it to the corner. They're just feeding Okogie right
Step
now.
into those passing lanes.
Yeah, good peel back that time by Morris Sr. to run. First of all, the sprint back. Because he could have easily given up and peeled back a little bit, and that could have been an easy pass to the corner for the three, but he was able to maintain a good defense also too by Terrence.
Rice Hunter definitely saw it, and
away from Devin Booker.
so happy for McHale.
It's a Phoenix Suns team that had that brutal stretch
Ooh,
from about the early part of December to
Aiden screens for Paul.
January. They went
Paul, they are looking for Okogie
stretch.
on purpose on offense. What the hell?
With the absence of Devin
I love
Booker.
it.
Just think how low they were psychologically.
We never would have thought this was
Where
going to
they have
happen,
been
bro.
Since 11-3, best mark of any team
They're
during that
doing it for
stretch in the
Vegas.
West. Now, of course, here comes Kevin Durant, and boy, how quickly things change in the NBA.
Okogie gets to Ayton, hand off to CP3,
Shot
pick and
clock
roll.
at 5.
Floater, mid-range, no good. I feel like Ayton has not been touching the ball, dude.
Barely.
And now Monty Williams just trying to temper
Man-man Euro, man-man alley-oop
Terrence
to
Mann
Zubac.
dropping dimes.
And Terrence showing that versatility once again in their secondary break, able to penetrate a little bit deep into the Phoenix defense, attract.
CP3 back to Okogie, down to Ayton. Out to CP3, Terrence Ross says, bitch, I'll pull. No good. Craig with the rebound. Craig with the putback. Craig
But I'm sure
gets it slapped out of bounds over his back.
Just be you. When you come here, I want
Suns
you to
ball.
shots to be you. And speaking of which, the playmaking ability of Terrence Mann, you attract Andre Ayton. You never want to come off the baseline, so you kind of put Ayton in the.
I'm so happy you were here, dude. It gave me a chance to eat.
There's been a lot of talk that the Clippers are in the
Okogie.
buyout market.
Okogie. Okogie.
By Okogie. Coming with some viciousness with his right hand.
Yo, what is this man doing today? What is this man doing today?
Trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me.
Yo, this man Okogie.
3 to shoot.
Kawhi dribbles off his foot. 2 seconds. Gonna have to pull a three.
Double dribble.
That's just good position defense that time by Torrey Craig by not allowing.
The Suns don't have defenders, son dog.
And he may pull out Richard Hamilton when
Okogie
he's
can't
nowhere to
score.
Who's gonna play defense?
You know, we're really superstitious as professional athletes.
He's been wearing that mask for more than a month.
There you go, Aiden.
Ayton with the beautiful hook
Great
shot.
little touch off the nice feed from Paul. And it's a 1-point game as we come up on the final 3 minutes before halftime here in Phoenix. Just a half game separating these two teams.
Kawhi kicks it back to Morris. Back to man-man Grindhard. Leonard pulls up.
That was ugly.
Misses. Craig with the snag rebound. CP3 crossover. CP3 pulls up mid-range. Giggity.
Feels like
All
his
right.
first bucket of the game, but it's not.
It's
Oh,
not?
It is his first bucket.
I was
Oh,
gonna
that
say, it
was.
feels like it is.
Okay, it actually was his first bucket. That's
He's
crazy.
been struggling with a shot over the last 7 games, only 35% from the floor. So good to see the ball go in for Chris Paul.
Morris to Batum, gets it to Kawhi, back to Batum for 3, and it's good. Damn, bro, can we just have the lead for 1 minute? CP3 pick and roll with Ayton. Kicks it back to Ross. Ross burns. Ross floats. Ross hits. Rose! Maybach music. Maybach music.
Ross, that you seen the spawn.
Coming from Orlando to Phoenix, and what his emotions are like right now.
Batum
Certainly an under the radar signing, but you add that kind
gets it to Kawhi. Kawhi, step back 3. Whoa! Air ball off the other side of the backboard. Please no. Please no. Thank you. Thank you, Okogie. Thank you.
Here comes Okogie playing with confidence.
What a pass by Okogie to Terrence Ross. I knew it wasn't going in because it left his hand weird. Man. Gets it to Kawhi. 52 all. Kawhi getting under the rim. Kicks it out to Batum's old ass. Miss. CP3 gets the pass from Craig rebound. 181 watching. Hit the like button. Chris Paul kicks it to Ayton. Keeps it high and smokes the layup.
What a setup by Paul, but Ayton just couldn't finish.
Leonard for 3. Open. No good. Zubac tips it in. Just the tip.
And Leonard,
That's why I want him dunking. I agree, Max. Dunk that.
to be able to get his head in front of the rim, to be able to keep that possession alive, not only
CP3.
keep it alive, but tip it in for 2.
Got man Grindhard guarding 40 seconds. Gets a screen. Takes it. Elbow. Mid-range. Big brick. Still cold. Man, 32 seconds. They're looking for a 2-for-1. Spin move. Kicks it back to Morris. He'll launch for the 2-for-1. Brick. Zubac can't rebound it. CP3 does, and the Suns are going to get the final shot of the half. We're going to be going into the halftime show with a sexual Sundo sympnopsis. Right?
Really?
You going to take your shirt off? Chris Paul gets a screen from Craig. You got a tank on under that, I'm hoping.
Or do.
Chris Paul drives. Chris Paul all the way. No!
And he hit it.
And Okogie hits.
A little bit late to recognize and to get it to Okogie. So 0.7 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if they put some more time.
You know Okogie's sad right now, bro, because that's another 3.
Missed opportunity.
I'm sad.
The Suns are going to get the quality look up, but only down 2, got a lot of momentum going into halftime.
Monty Williams calling for time.
I'm kind of, I don't see Gary in the chat. I don't see Romp talking any of that shit about Craig and Okogie right now, and I'm waiting and hoping to see some
maybe,
of those.
but they don't have anything on our boy Okogie.
Craig's been doing good D. Craig's been playing really good D. You know? Lester says defense is the key, Monty. I mean, 54 points ain't a crazy amount. I mean, they're on pace for 108. That's livable. But yeah, I agree. It would be nice if we could stop their 3-point shooting. And we're lucky that they've been missing as many threes as they have. Because they could be up a lot. And I just need them to start going to freaking Ayton, bro. And they're not.
Why?
It's like the only
Why
person,
didn't you go to Ayton?
because the only person that's hitting jumpers really is Okogie. And we just keep jacking shots. Chris Paul can't hit the broadside of the barn. Booker, same thing. Terrence Ross had it going, but he's just like jacking every time he touches the ball. So, but he's doing okay too. He's a solid. I literally didn't even hear that pause, but you're right. That's a major pause. Caesar says Kawhi is ice cold. Yeah, and he's getting guarded by Torrey Craig. Made him dribble off his damn foot and then pick it up and double dribble. That's Craig, all right? I know a lot of people don't pay attention to Craig when he's on the court. You're busy looking at all the other flashy guys. You look ready for bed. I mean, you look real ready for bed, if I'm being honest. Anybody playing Hogwarts Legacy? I'm kind of thinking about getting it. I don't know. Could be fun.
Hufflepuff.
I need you to stream it one night for me. Because I want to see it. I like to watch people play games before I buy them, you know? Kind of get a feel. Mook said Hogwarts is fire. Yeah, CJ, that's what I've been doing is 2K, well, not career, but playing online and stuff. Nefarious Max said Ross dress for less. I don't think that's going to be his nickname. Ray Promotion said bad start, but team's getting back in the game. So whatever they did, it's halftime. The game hasn't come back on for us, but they do not score, Sendo. I just saw the
It's Terrence Ross's world. We're living in it. It's also Josh Okogie's world, and we're living in it. Shout out to Okogie for being the guy right now. Looking good. 6 of 8. 15 points.
And one of those threes that Josh Okogie missed, I would like to point out, one of those threes was a buzzer beater. He pulled up from deep three to try to help just get a lucky bucket. He could have been selfish by passing the ball to someone else, saying, here, you take an unlikely shot to go in. I mean, dude, he's an unsung hero, man.
Love him. Anyway, I'm taking my ass to bed. So,
all right, man.
I'll catch y'all later.
All right, bro. Sundo out.
Yes, sir. Bye.
But, you know, anybody who knows this channel has been around for a while. You guys know Sundo is not really gone, is he? You know? Because we got the Sundo window. And that'll keep us warm through the night. Now let's go to the damn chat. We got 160 watching. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Watching this dope-ass game versus the Clippers. Really fun, exciting game to watch, especially if you're a Suns fan. Terrence Ross going off in his bench role. 5 for 11. Would you believe me if I told you that Terrence Ross has taken more shots than anyone else, and he's a bench player? That is crazy. TJ Warren, I feel, is like, when he was out there for 5 minutes, he got 2 shots up, but he's just like not being aggressive. I don't know. I need a return from Warren back to his former glory. I need them having shots go up. JB Taylor hates the Pacers and loves the Steelers. Says, yo, bro, do you want Kevin Love on the Suns? I do. I really do. I hate to call for anyone's job, but maybe we get lucky here and Jock would get to stay, and you would bring in Love and replace Ish Wainwright, who's on a 2-way. This is Ish Wainwright's last game in a Suns jersey. More than likely, they'd have to give him a guaranteed contract, and I don't see them doing that. Not with Terrence Ross doing what he's doing in his first game, and we can't even get Baisley on the court yet. TJ Warren's barely getting any minutes. Like, I would really like to see Kevin Love because he's a 35% three-point shooter. Malo said, no, we keep Ish over Love. Stop, Gabe. Malo, I mean, it gives you a stretch 5. It gives you a Hall of Fame, not that he is what he once was, but a Hall of Fame sharp-shooting center. Instead of trying to have Jock stay out there and stretch the defense, you have a 35% pretty much knockdown, hitting 2 out of every 5 threes shooter who can also rebound and is super smart. He's a leader. He's a leader, man. He would be a great locker room presence. Jobin says Okogie equals underrated. I love being the one that was always on the Okogie train. I love it. It's so fun when you fanboy out to a player like I do, to a mid player, and then they end up making you look good, you know. Honestly, I had no reason to believe that Okogie was going to be this good, and I didn't think he was going to get this good. But it's incredible. If it works out, if he can play the 3, do you want Okogie starting at the 3? Because I'm starting to think that that's the answer. Jose O says, why was Ross waived? Dude is solid. You know, he's been with the Magic for quite a while. And I think they just have some younger players in there that are soaking up all the minutes, and he wasn't getting a lot of minutes. I think they were willing to let him go sign with, a contender because they just didn't have minutes for him. They're trying to, they're not making the playoffs. They're trying to cultivate their talent, and they need to have their young players on the court. No reason to have a 32, 33-year-old player taking up a lot of minutes when you're not going to win. They know they're not winning in the East this year. Kind of reminds me of the Phoenix Suns when we let PJ Tucker go. Out of respect for PJ Tucker, out of love and admiration, we let PJ Tucker go because it just didn't make any sense. It's like, dude, you're so good. You've given us a bunch of time. We can't compete right now. If you want to go somewhere, and we were trying to develop our young players. If you want to go somewhere to win, we'll support you. Where would you like to go? And, we sent him off to a great team, and he's been having a great career without us. It kind of reminds me of that situation. Wow, 171 watching during halftime. That is dope as hell. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. And, we're just going through chat right now, looking at what everybody's talking about. Football Admissible says, yes, Okogie starts. Euleen Mathis says, yes, for Okogie. Football Unmissable says, Okogie is better than Craig. I think so. I think you're right. And, I followed Okogie in the FIBA tournament in the summer, and I saw his stats, and dude was scoring overseas. Like, he was scoring in FIBA. So that told me, like, he can score. He just doesn't in the NBA. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's an oversimplification of it, but I had a suspicion he could score too. He just needed reps. And boy, oh boy, his jumper looks pure. There's no hitch. There's no hesitation. That shit is going up smooth and hitting nothing but net. But don't tell Tori I said that, and don't tell Romp. Ray Promotion says, I feel like all the rotational guys have good and bad games in his opinion. Absolutely. And that's why you just try to find out on each given night which one of them has it going, and you let them rock, off the bench. That's what Monty does with Jock and Busy. You see a lot of DNPs for Jock. You see a lot of DNPs for Busy. He just kind of goes with the hot hand. Slick Cheney said, part ways with Payne and Landry. Availability is what it's about. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. If I woke up and found out that we had let both of them go, I wouldn't be like crying about it. However, neither player is getting let go. And let me explain to you why. Number one, Campaign is unfortunately better than Saban Lee. We were really hoping Saban Lee was better than Campaign, but I don't think you can make that argument anymore. So you're not giving up our best backup point guard. That's not happening. Now, as it pertains to Shamet, Shamet's on contract with us for like at least another year. He's been playing his best basketball with the Suns jersey on this season. He's definitely better than this season than he was last. And he is Monty's favorite human being on the planet. Okay, so if you don't know this, Campaign, I just saw the word Campaign. Landry Shamet used to be with the Nets, and Monty has admired him from afar. And Monty tried to trade for Shamet twice before he actually got him on the third try. Shamet's not going anywhere. Shamet is not, to the point where I think Shamet will get more minutes than Terrence Ross. Truly. Football says, can we just sign Russell Westbrook for fuck's sake? I mean, that wouldn't be bad either. I could definitely, I've come around on Russell Westbrook, and I feel like, I feel like he's been broken, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Anybody in here that grew up with horses, I grew up with horses, and when horses are young, like when they're stallions, they're not fixed. First of all, any wild horse, breaking a horse means riding it and getting it to like submit to you and allow you to ride it and, put the saddle on and everything like that. Russell Westbrook was a stallion. He wasn't anymore on the court, but in his brain, he was still a stallion. He was still an unbroken horse, but the Lakers broke him in a positive way and got through his ego and made his ego come back down to earth just enough to where he could accept a bench role, and he started thriving in it. That Russell Westbrook, I'll take him. 15 points off the bench, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, or some shit like that. I'll take it. He would be nowhere near the first option on this team. And he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. He's been scapegoated a little bit. His ego was like out of control, but that's seems to be okay now. Code says Russ can unlock Ayton. I agree. He's really good at attacking the basket, and if he doesn't hit his own, he'll get a rebound. But what else he does is that starts collapsing the defense on him. He's really good at getting into the rack full speed and dropping little dump off passes to the big. He's great at it. Code said, imagine a Russ and Okogie fast break. Oh, god dang, dude, that sounds so good. Lunker says, we got enough old guys, in my opinion. Lunkers, as long as they're able to do what they need to do this season, that's all I care about. I'm not saying bring Russell Westbrook in for the future, for this season, to see if it works and to have him as an option as a backup in the playoffs. Obviously, you don't sign him to anything long term. You give him a vet minimum if he's willing to take it, and you bring him in to try to win a chip. Then he gets to go somewhere else if he wants. I don't mind if they're old this year, as long as they're still, you know what I mean? It's not like we have to worry about them getting old on us. Yeah, Ryan, same thing with Kevin Love. I don't care that he's 34 years old. That ain't even that old in real life. It's not old. What up, Volcano? And you're not expecting Kevin Love to play a whole bunch of minutes. Ain't expecting him to start. Just come in, knock down threes. And this is what I want you to picture. Jock Landale is shooting 23% from three. It's so bad that he's finally stopped looking at the rim. He doesn't even look at it. He doesn't even consider shooting the three anymore because he knows that he can't do it, right? Now imagine all those threes that you've seen Jock jack up and brick. Imagine all of those threes were coming from Kevin Love. I mean, come on. It's a great option to have you like having a stretch five. How do we not have a stretch five on the team? How do we not have a stretch five? I mean, Frank Kaminsky was a better stretch five than what we're getting from Frank. I love Frank than what we're getting from Jock. I love Jock in the paint, but he can't shoot for nothing, man. Yulene, we're allowing a lot of open threes. That's what I really think it is. I really think they need to freaking calm down and start sitting down on the 3-point line. I think the game might be back. We getting close here? We're getting close. We're getting close. We got 193 watching. That means the game must be close to starting up again. Welcome back, everybody. Anybody just joining? CJ says, do I want Eubanks? CJ, I'm a big Eubanks fan. I know that sounds blasphemous. But what Eubanks provides from a backup, I appreciate. I don't hate. So, yeah, I would take Eubanks in a heartbeat, but, you know, that wouldn't happen until maybe next season. Brady said LMAO. Damien says, when's halftime going to end? I think soon, my man. I think soon. Headshot Hero says, Love is washed up. I could believe you. I could believe that he's washed up. You could totally be right. You know, I watched his highlight. I watched a lot of his highlights, a lot of his plays over the season. Looked at his numbers. He's playing the least amount he's ever played. He's scoring the least amount. He's rebounding the least. It's all down. It's all down. But a new role can do a lot for a player. A new situation can, like, look at Matisse Thybulle with the Blazers right now. You know, look at Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie, anyone? Remember him? Remember how with Minnesota, Josh just can't score? He can't score. Can't do it. Sorry. He's an undersized defender. Sorry. Can't score. Sorry. Okay. You come to Monty's system, and the one damn thing it's good for is helping you score. Promise you that. Yeah, Brady. I mean, obviously, Brady. Nurk is better than your boy. Oh, we're back. We are back. Let's go.
Understanding his role as a player.
Morris pump fakes Booker. Floater. Little running floater is good. 56-52.
Marcus Morris Sr. able to knock it right in.
Let's check in with Dennis Scott.
Okogie gets it to CP Thrizzle. Guarded by Man Grindhard. Gets a screen from Ayton. Gets switched off to Kawhi. Gets it to Booker, guarded by Paul George. Over to Okogie in the corner. He thought about it. He does. He shoots a contested three. And, I mean, Zubac's 7-foot body is standing in front of him. God knows what his standing reach is. George getting it down to Kawhi. Kawhi working in the post. Whips it out to, they get it back to George. Nice run out by Craig, but he slaps that three. Damn. Craig in the corner hits the three. Boy, do the Suns need that.
Now, Kawhi Leonard may not have scored the basketball, but give him a hockey assist because it was his quick move. He attracted the double team.
Paul George gets a screen, pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Tipped in by Zuby.
10 rebounder in total rebounds per game, and he's 5th on the offensive glass.
Booker
6-point Clippers lead.
Getting a screen from Okogie, drives left. He's been ice cold, pulls up the mid-range. Still bad. Brick. Still cold as his book. First really cold game I've seen of him since he came back from injury. Paul George almost threw it away. Saved by Morris. Man to the rack.
Swooping in, right-handed finish. And a strong
Crazy
start
finish
to the
by
half for the
Man.
Clippers.
It's almost like the first quarter. The Clippers came
Pick
in
and roll.
having a
Pocket pass to Ayton.
static
Floater.
defense
Fouled by Zuby.
and really attacked this Phoenix team. off the
Zuby,
dribbling
Zoo.
and half-court
Zuby,
We touched on at the top,
Zoo.
how this is a weird game. Last one before
Anybody
the
watch
All-Star
Mad
break.
Men?
You never
Or do you
know
guys
what
just
to
think I'm a
expect.
lunatic?
What a crazy couple of days it makes for Leonard. Just couldn't miss
Ayton,
the other night.
first
Their
free
Tuesday
throw.
win over Golden State.
In. Let's go.
Kawhi Leonard still looking for his first points.
Haha,
Couple
Brady.
minutes into the third
Brady, you would
quarter.
love Mad Men. It's
Well,
one of
before
the
that
it's one of the best
33-point
shows ever
game,
made.
though, he had been struggling with his shots.
Right.
Only 42%.
Top
from the
five, top
field,
five, top
6
five, top
games
five.
Prior to that. So
Ayton
but
hits the
with a
free
player
throw.
That has a high usage rate. Who's gonna handle
One
the
of two.
basketball.
57-63. Maybe the Suns can start playing some defense, maybe? Okogie. Swarming Leonard. Sorry. Both have headbands. That was Craig. Morris shoots a three in Book's face. No good. Good defense by Book.
Leonard tonight playing his 34th game of the season.
And we've got point Book. Getting a screen from Ayton. Gets to the block. Step back, mid-range two. Good and one. Thank you, Book. Good to see you. Scoring. What up, Jonathan Hernandez? Said, who will be the leading scorer tonight? At this rate, it's going to be Okogie.
High usage, high shots. Devin
That's not even a
Booker
joke.
will find a way to
I know
be
it must
able to
sound like
get
it.
them offensively. Again, you can't fret whether
Brady, are you talking about Watchmen, the show, or the movie?
opposed to the first, because the ball is going to touch your hands. You just have to be patient enough not to affect the offense negatively by trying to go get your offense. That's what
Cherry, and I saw that Lil
IQ,
Wayne's in
quality
2K.
pro,
That's
high
just
score,
insane.
scores
Booker
against
hits the free
understand.
throw.
Jimmy, everyone thinks it's easy when you add a player. The
Paul
caliber
George to
of
Zuby.
Kevin Durant, but
Back to
what kind of
Morris.
adjustment-
Oh, gets it down to Kawhi. Craig all over him. Good D, Craig. Best you could do. Makes him miss.
Well, Booker has never had that.
Ayton gets it to CP3. Up to Book. Book step back three. Woo! They cut to Durant to see if he's smiling. He's just like stone-faced, doesn't care.
I love him. It's a different level with Kevin Durant. And actually, I think it may help Devin Booker.
Zubac. Hook shot. Tough hook shot. Oh, big man style hook shot. Good over Ayton. 65-63. Booker thinks he's warming up. Crosses up Leonard. Pocket pass to Ayton. Ayton left-handed. Nice finish layup. Damn. We call that a skilled big. What's going on, Thunder?
You talk about winning a championship. Would DeAndre Ayton accept the role that
Leonard, pump fake, gets to man grind hard. Man to the rack. Fouled by Ayton, going to the line. No good on the little layup, thank God. 207 watching. Folks, what is good? Welcome into Suns Valley Podcast. Having a great game tonight with the Clippers.
Kind of an adjustment, but your point about DeAndre,
We got 150 likes
but you have to expect
already. Help us out. 200 is the goal. We split it up here. All right, 25 this quarter. Hit that like button if you haven't. We beg of you. Man hits the free throw.
That opens up an opportunity for him
Meanwhile, I'm
be
going to take a
more
quick trip to
dynamic with the
Benjamin
second
City.
unit. Less shots in that first, depending on the matchup. But you can still impact the game by, manning up the middle, rebounding the basketball, being a really good defender in space.
CP3.
All those things add up to making
Screen from
plays
Ayton.
and putting yourself and your team in a
Gets it down to Ayton. Nice turnaround hook shot.
Pretty pass from Paul.
Go through Ayton, please.
Before the game, he'll stagger some of the starters' minutes to get guys like Ayton.
14 points on 6 for 10. 60% from the field. Man, almost stepped back into a three. Gets it to Kawhi. Kawhi's got CP3 all over him. Back to man. Pump fake. Dribble into the rim here. A little floater. No good. Craig with the rebound. Hands it to CP3. Pushes it up to Book. Book's feeling hot. Gets a nice bump against Marcus Morris. Downhill Book going to the line. No good, but he is going to the line. What you say now, Sundo?
What's interesting about both of these teams is pace of play. Both, like Phoenix is 9th slowest
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Coors
First free throw for Devin Booker.
And the Clippers are 7th in regards to slowest of pace. So it bodes well for the playoffs when things slow down. But sometimes both teams get bogged down offensively in their half court set now. KD coming along.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad idea, Wes. Let's see what we can do here.
Because of how dynamic of a scorer he is.
I feel like it's like a holy image I'm desecrating, you know? If this leads to bad luck, we'll undo it.
Well, what makes him so dynamic and tough is like Steph. You can play him off the basketball. So
67, 68, 7:34 left in the third. Leonard gets a foul on Booker. Booker trying to slide his feet, steps in the way.
Makes it tougher to defend against.
All right.
There's just so
Sundo
many parts
window.
of this dynamic and this new relationship between KD and his new teammates is you just see the resume that.
All right, so let's, you know what I mean, where can we, maybe I could have him just like peeking out. That looks kind of dope. Oh, Burner gonna love this. Burner gonna love this.
There are a lot of stars in this league, but
tell me what you think. We can move it around, all right? This is like Dora the Explorer. This is an interactive show. Booker's little fadeaway corner three, no good. Kawhi, handoff to Man-Man. Man-Man and one. Man-Man and one.
Scoring tonight, but just surgical with that pass, and Mann's got 17.
And that's just smart for Terrence Mann to run the court. Beautiful outlet pass from
Ayton gets it to Booker. Should be the other way around. We need to get Booker the ball, or Ayton the ball. Booker losing his dribble, bumping, throwing the ball up off the back of the backboard and rim.
And it's two-hand. Okay. Wes Unseld over the top, Kevin Love, and then Kawhi attracting.
I think that's their ball.
Making the right play. You know, they put a button on like Kevin Durant. Here's the thing I think makes it work a little bit easier. And I'll hit it because that's a tease going to commercial, so I'll be able to hit it on the backside.
That's what you call a television tease.
Guys want it to go back. I mean, you don't love the fact that he's like spying on us. You know what he looks like? Seriously.
Your goals with
Anybody watch the old show Home Improvement? He looks like Wilson the neighbor peeking over the fence. All right, so we'll go. All right, so is that what you want? You just want that box score to show? Because, bro, we can make that happen. That ain't no problem. That ain't no damn problem. That's about as much Sundo as we need, right? We good? Yeah, exactly, Justice. All right, Wes says that's perfect. All right, perfect. You know, that does look cleaner. I appreciate it. All right, we got this stupid-ass P. Diddy commercial. Let's take a look at the stats here. 14 for Ayton. Okogie, 6 for 9's got 15 points. Craig's, you know, he hit 1-3, but he can't hit anything else. But he does have the most rebounds for us, so you got to love that. Booker's just been, I mean, he just started making a little bit of points here for us. 12 points on 3 for 9, man. Chris Paul, staying cold. 9 assists, and that's great. You know, I'm glad. I'm not hating on that, but damn, 2 points CP3. You got to think at some point we're going to need more out of him, but maybe not. Maybe this team doesn't even need Chris Paul to score. That's a crazy thought, but it might be true. Neo, what's going on? Said Ayton been hooping for y'all this year. Absolutely. He's really getting it together. Brady, I know, man. That's definitely the next step. If we're losing, his head's down. No. I need a picture. I could easily do this myself. I'll get a picture of him doing Star Trek when he's covering his eyes, you know, for when we're losing. Yulene says, how about Sunday holding the Bridges 3 celebration. Oh, Sundo. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's another one. And I'll switch it to that every 3 we hit. Lil Jay says, well, D-Book just has been assisting. He's finally starting to score. Yeah. Jobin says, I want to get a dub before the All-Star break right now so bad. Dude, me too. It's not even about getting one before. It's about beating the Clippers, who are absolutely a threat to the Suns. Beating them without Kevin Durant would just make us feel so comfortable, and it would look really good. It would get us a lot of respect. And we get no respect around here. Okogie kicks it back, stolen. Okogie steals it back though. Kicks it to Craig in the corner. Craig for 3. Giggity, giggity, giggity. All right, let's go.
Well, the zone worked.
Damn.
Out of the timeout, but then on the possession, Paul George,
Neo, I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't want to. Kawhi kicks it back to Gordon. Man, straight to the rack for the dunk. Damn.
19 for Man.
But that's what I'm saying is that he's going
What up to Mangoes, Benitez in the house, Reza, and a bad pass from Devin Booker out of bounds.
Have opportunity to work in space because of Kawhi and Paul George, who keep the real estate spread enough to be able to find those driving lanes.
And Terrence Mann has now scored the last.
Kawhi gets it to Paul George. Gets a screen here from Zub.
Bumped by Okogie. Well out beyond the three-point line. There's Matt Ishbia, new owner of the Phoenix Suns.
214 watching, man. What's good, everybody? Hit that like button for us, please. Trying to hit 200 likes by the end of the game. Paul George, alley-oop to Zoo. Good. Damn, man.
To put his imprint on this new franchise.
And the reason why
Devin Booker bringing the ball up, gets a screen from Ayton.
But he doesn't do
Kicks it back to Okogie. Okogie!
In the locker room, Chris Paul is still that vocal leader.
Keep sleeping on him, Torrey. Keep sleeping on him. Romp. Kawhi almost gets an and one. No good, going to the line.
Ishbia, former walk-on at Michigan State under Tom Izzo.
Big Ten, baby.
I knew that was coming.
You know it was coming.
HBO Real Sports did just a tremendous story on Ishbia, his deep relationship with Tom Izzo, really formed who he is as a man. Of course, he's gone on to be just
Ishbia looks super young, man. I don't think he's necessarily that young. He does not look old.
Just think about the ownership.
Craig fouls Leonard, probably going to the line here. Terrence Ross has come into the game for Devin Booker.
Well, I mean, it's very similar to what happened with Sterling, too.
Sure.
Neo Pant, I do not want the Clippers in the first round, man. No. First round matchup? Hell no. That's more like a Western Conference Finals style matchup. Hell no. Hell no.
One of my closest friends, and I get it and understand it. So it'll be interesting to see how Matt
Kawhi hits the free throw.
Build out the infrastructure of management.
Ooh, I can refresh and maybe get a little bit more ahead because I was behind. Slowed it down for Sun, though. Second free throw is good for Kawhi.
But upstairs in those suites upstairs, in those offices.
Is it hard for you to compliment?
Yeah, Wes, dude, that would be tough.
It's not at all.
Paul gets a screen from Ayton.
Now, the other team
Fouled by Paul George, reaching into the cookie jar.
University of Michigan, Jalen, Chris, Jimmy King, Jawan, all of those are really close friends of mine. And I grew up closer, actually, to Ann Arbor.
Paul George just saw a baddie in the front row. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us.
I see you backpedaling a little bit.
Okogie to Ayton. Ayton gets it to CP3. Craig gets it back to CP3. Pick and roll. Alley-oop from CP3. It got blocked, and then CP3 tried to tip it back out, but we could not recover it.
He doesn't give up the space too soon. He
Damn.
doesn't commit to Chris Paul. He keeps his body in between he and
Kawhi gets it to Paul George. Pick and roll with Zubac. Drives, crosses the shit out of Ayton. Fouled by Ayton. Blocked from behind by Okogie, so it's not an and one at least.
A little bit more activity from George and Leonard.
George going to the
Foul
line.
charge to Ayton is his third personal.
Paul George shooting 2.
Well, for every free throw made this NBA season, DoorDash will help provide up to 40 meals to support kids in need. Today, we're at 32,650 free throws made and counting. You can visit
George hits the first.
Score One to support the cause and donate today. Score One.
Wes says his book's still on a minutes restriction.
Great to have you with us downtown.
He might be. I don't know for sure, but it feels like it.
Producer Sean Gerchikoff, Andy Goldberg, our director, rest of our fabulous
George
team.
shoots,
Crew.
hits.
Final game up on the NBA.
Craig
marquee before the
inbounding.
party shifts to Salt Lake City.
CP3
All-Star weekend.
to screen from Ayton,
Phoenix,
crosses him
number 4
up,
team in the West, just a half-game lead over
gets
the
it down to
Clippers.
Ayton. Ayton turns, hook shot, in, automatic.
This is beautiful.
Automatic.
By Chris Paul by allowing the switch to happen and then Ayton to get in proper position to receive, catch, and finish.
Kawhi gets to like a Kobe fucking fadeaway from the baseline. Damn.
Third quarter.
Do not let Kawhi start getting going. That's his first bucket. CP3 jumps up and back into man-man. Man-man is so mad right now. He's about to get a technical.
Well, let's see if Chris Paul being crafty snakes this and then jumps back. He does a little
I don't think
That's a
that's
rule now. It wasn't as
against Chris
adverse.
Paul.
And Chris Paul knew
He
was
jumped
doing.
straight up pretty much. I mean, he jumped back a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Defender. But he did it ever
He
so
should be
slightly
allowed to do a
when he
fadeaway if he
pushes
wants
the
to.
Terrence Mann.
Ball don't lie as he misses the free throw. Dang it.
But when you Chris Paul, the wily vet, you don't get it. Now, see this move with Mason Plumlee coming in?
Ruben, we have led. We've led it during short times here. They got out to a big run against us,
This allows
and
him to be able to really utilize
we've caught up, though. We've taken the lead.
in regards to having a quality backup. We talked about that.
Okogie going to the bench to get some much-needed rest. Puts his mask on the scorer's table for
Yeah, we
next
asked him
time.
how happy he was to have a legit backup center. And
CP3 hits the free throw. His
He's
third point of the
very
game.
excited to have Mason Plumlee on this roster. And you just think of all
Man
the
grind
weapons
hard, gets it to
and all the
Plumlee.
different things that
Plumlee
can give you.
back to Man for three.
Terrence Mann.
I mean, when I tell you he's wide open, like you gotta believe me.
The 26-year-old stud out of Florida State.
It's unconscionable. CP3 gets a screen here from Ayton, gets to the rack, but decides to do a fadeaway midi and miss. Should have just driven it. Should have just driven it. Kawhi. Old man YMCA moves, just bulldozes into the rack. Gets fouled by Terrence Ross, going to the line.
And that's what I'm saying. A dynamic player like Kawhi Leonard is going to find his opportunities throughout the course of the game. You just have to be patient. The last two possessions outside of Terrence Mann,
You ain't wrong, Ruben.
This one was a little miscommunication.
You ain't wrong, Brady.
When you don't do that,
You ain't wrong,
dynamic
da
player
homie.
like Kawhi Leonard is going to make you play. You saw the upper body strength to take the hit and get himself to the free throw line.
I thought Chuck said something really interesting at halftime. He said when you look at the Clippers, their two biggest questions, Jimmy, are really their two best players.
Yes.
As tonight, George and
Kawhi
Leonard are playing together, for
shooting
only their
one free
28th
throw.
game this season, 28 of their 61 games so far. And you just wonder, will there be enough chemistry? Will they have had enough time together to make the kind of deep
Golly,
run
this
through the
stream is
playoffs that
like,
they're hoping
how
for?
is it so far behind? Shut up.
Some scars.
Obviously, Kawhi makes this free throw here. Can we get a damn move on?
Figure out how to win ugly games, because that's what you're going to have to do in the
The
playoffs.
delay is
And the only time you do that is
real.
spend
I'm
time
gonna
on
see if
the
I can
court.
watch this
Ty Lue
faster
said
on my
he
phone.
needs about 25 games
This
together
shit
with
is
his group.
trash.
Well, now that group has changed a little bit.
Terrence Ross pulls up. Oh, good defense by Man. No good. Plumlee with the rebound.
How well everything begins
Leonard.
to gel and figure out and rotations work for the Clippers.
Cross it up. Wayne Wright shooting the three. No good.
Not that time from three, and
Warren with the rebound.
Up the floor comes Saban Lee.
Saban to Bismack.
Left in the quarter.
Oh, yeah. I think my phone's faster. My phone is faster. Busy. Traveled. Damn it. Yo, this is definitely faster on my phone. Let's go.
Offensive muscle. They've opened up an 8-point lead on TNT.
Like, what is that? I don't understand that. Oh, well. We are on timeout break anyways. And while we are, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It's pretty dope. You guys should check it out. If you're playing parlays, if you're playing any fantasy, do daily fantasy drafts. You can bet like, or should I say wager like $5 at a time. That's what I do. I like to do these little $5 ones. One time I won $50 off of $5. That was kind of dope just because I had a good draft. Definitely had Luka, obviously. And yeah, you guys use promo code Suns Valley. Yeah, just Suns Valley. And they'll match you up to 100. You put 100 in, they give you a hundo. It's that easy. You put in 5, they give you 5. All right? Tell them Suns Valley sent you. What's up, Zonabot? I agree. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over. I mean, we could tie it up. There's time to tie it in the third, you know, or even take the lead in the third. Just got to get out of our own way. I mean, if I'm Monty, I'm basically saying next person that doesn't close out on a 3 or leaves man grind hard open for a 3, you're getting pulled. I don't care if it's you, Josh, and you're playing the best on the team. I don't care if it's you, Devin. If I see an open 3, your ass is on the bench until we find some players who are going to close out on the 3. What's going on? Gerson. Dope name. Damian said, we'll gain the lead, then lose it right after we get it. It's possible. This is a tough team, man. Our team is not at full strength. Please remember that. Our team is not at full strength. And we're going toe-to-toe with the Clippers. You get this win, it's a celebration. It will be an absolute celebration. NGL Prime said, what up, Gabe? It's my birthday tomorrow. Turning 17 tomorrow. Dude, happy birthday, man. Happy 17. Oh, to be 17 again. My goodness. You know, I had a head full of hair. Hair you wouldn't believe. All right? Those were the days. Takes me back. Justice says, who actually manscapes? Never heard of it till I started seeing the ads. Bro, if you ain't manscaping, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not manscaping, you got a girl who likes some hairy. I don't know what to tell you. You better. Rip City, dude, that's crazy. Like, I did know that, but I don't believe it. It doesn't make any sense why they would do that. It doesn't make any sense. Fabian, yeah, man. Bridges is that dude now. So happy for him. Plumlee got Biombo on him.
Being true to who you are is paying huge dividends right now for the Clippers.
All right, actually, I'm going to watch this on me phone, which is up faster. Terrence Ross kicks it down to Warren, up to Ish. Ish kicks it to Biz. Back to Terrence. Terrence pulls up from the free throw line. Good. That looks like a Devin Booker play call ran for Terrence Ross, who can also shoot the moving shots. Leonard pulls up from the elbow. God dang, bro. Slaps that shit. Slaps that shit. 87-79. Saban, they get it to Ross again off of a curl. Oh my gosh, he gets fouled. He's probably going to the line here. He almost hit that shit. Terrence Ross, just what the doctor ordered.
As Ross able to draw some contact with 90 seconds left. Penalty situation.
Crazy.
And Ross to the free throw line. But you're right. Under the radar signing, claimed off waivers on Wednesday from Orlando.
What up, Diego Cortez?
With a chance to really be a difference maker.
Yeah, man, I remember. You're the second Diego.
Will Team LeBron or Team Giannis win the All-Star game this Sunday?
Josh Webb, I haven't done Dr. Squatch yet. I would try it, though. Hey, says, I just manscaped like an hour ago. Good for you. Maybe someday we'll have Manscaped as an actual advertiser, and we'll get some money out of them. Plumlee bringing the ball up for some reason. Batum gets it to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon trying to sell a foul on TJ. Leonard for 3J. No good. Busy with the rebound. Saban pushing the pace. Saban, crossover. Saban! That's what you need to do, Saban! That's what you need to do. Kawhi trying to get loose here with Ish guarding. Foul, and now I'm on the other end because I remember to watch my phone.
So far in this third quarter, penalty situation at this end as well. So
Kawhi at the line.
Who played a scoreless first half. Didn't get his first points in this game till the 4-minute mark of this quarter.
Lester Neal said Love is on the way. That would be awesome.
Like he had forced the offense to go find
Cortez, I do. Every Suns game. Some rare times work schedules conflict and we miss a stream, but we've only missed like 2 streams this season. Nefarious Max, TJ has scored. He's just not being aggressive with the ball. I don't know what's going on.
But now when he needs to, he can do this.
Kawhi hits both free throws. Saban Lee takes a screen, almost double dribble, hits a weird, ugly-ass floater, but it goes 84-89. Can we get a stopski-wopski? Leonard back to Eric. Eric chopping his dribble. Eric drives left-handed. Euros throws it up. Foul on perhaps Biz McAfee. Nope, they're calling it on TJ Warren, and he hits that first free throw.
Had it stripped, but the officials say contact, so more Clippers free throws here with 30.2 seconds left.
And Biyombo's in the right position, but it's on the backside, right?
And we got Devin Booker coming back into the game for this, probably for the last shot here.
I believe it was on the reach.
Yes, it was indeed on Warren. So Eric Gordon, second game with his new team. Of course, began his career with the Clippers.
Booker coming in, Ish coming out of the game. Smart move. Smart move by Monty. Eric Gordon's got 12 points already, y'all. 2 for 3 from 3. Let's see if this is 13. 13 points.
15 years, Jimmy.
So I covered him when he was at Indiana.
Saban, Nick Saban bringing the ball up. Get it to Booker for the love of God. 15 seconds on the shot. 15 on the shot. 10 on the shot. Saban gets it to Book. Oh my God, bad pass. Bro, Saban ain't long for this team, man. He's just... And it goes the other way for a smoked layup. The Suns stop it. Terrence Ross gonna launch a deep-ass logo 3. Oh, no good. Almost, especially it was crazy considering he was freaking swarmed from behind. Almost got blocked from behind. Wow. End of the third, 84-91. Hit that like button, please. Sorry to blast your ears with that game. Hit the like button, folks. I don't even know where we're at. I'm going to take a look-ski. I know we're doing fine on likes, but you know how it is, man. All right, got a Target commercial. Go ahead and mute ski that. 207 watching, man. What's good, everybody? You guys enjoying this game or what? Suns trying to make a statement that we don't even need Kevin Durant to beat the Clippers. And I don't know if that's a true statement, but I'd love to be able to argue as if it were. Need this win. Lester Neal says Saban-ish cut them, get Will and Love. Dude, if we got Will Barton and, I mean, the thing is, I think you would pretty much need those guys to come in and take no pay. You know, just, what is it, like $1.3 million, something like that. Not that that's nothing, but compared to what they might be able to get from other teams, like, dude, I can imagine Will Barton could get more than the minimum. Will Barton's nice. Kevin Love, he should be willing to play for the minimum considering how bad his stats are and the fact that he really should just be looking for a win, for a title. He shouldn't be looking for nothing else. And remember, I even forgot to put this little anecdote in the Kevin Love video that I did. James Jones and Kevin Love were teammates on the Cavs. They won a title together. If you Google Kevin Love, James Jones, you'll see pictures of them just, you know, they look like best friends riding around in a drop top together. Like, Brady, I know that he already has a title, but still, like, what's, like, you always want more titles, especially when you know you don't have much time left in the NBA. You want titles. Like, that dude does not need money over titles, you know. Normally, I say 90% of players at his age are going to prioritize a title over money. I definitely have, Cortez. I've definitely been to a Suns game. I've been to several. I try to go as much as possible. But I live in Austin, Texas, so it's quite the trip. All right, folks, we're back. Paul George looking around. D-Book getting ready for action. Get this audio up for y'all.
Classic presented by AT&T, Southern University, Grambling University.
Kawhi on the bench. I like that. Okogie back in the game for Warren.
Moments ago, 3D with Monty Williams.
All right, thanks, guys. Here with Coach Monty. Monty, the ball movement's better than the third quarter. How do you keep that up now? Get more buckets.
Well, we have to have better ball movement.
Inbound pass was kicked.
Kawhi's forcing the issue. He's turning away from the double team, getting into foul trouble. Every time they go to the free throw line, it allows them to set their defense.
How big do you guys make sure you
Okogie inbounds to Saban Lee. Saban bringing it up, guarded by Man Grind Hard. Actually, Bones Highland.
That is great stuff. What a wild
Booker gets a screen here from Biz. Protected the ball with his left hand. 7 seconds. Got Eric Gordon all over him. Booker just going to get to his spot, maybe. I mean, it's definitely a shot clock violation. Like, Booker, let me tell you, that was the ugliest. That was the single ugliest damn possession for the Suns all year. Booker just dribbled and dribbled and dribbled and dribbled until the clock was out. Like, and then tried to pass it off to somebody. Get the hell out of here. Bones getting a screen, snatch back, mid-range, no good. Booker with the rebound. Booker getting a screen here from Biz. Booker, pocket pass to Biz. Whips it out to Okogie in the corner for three. Oh, Nogi, no good. Plumlee with the rebound.
Corner three from Okogie won't go.
Oh my God, Eric Gordon wanted to pull heavily contested. Paul George whips it back out to Bones. Plumlee back to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon splits the double team. Kicks it back to Plum alum. Good reverse lay-in. 93-84, folks. 93-84. Busy. Gets it to Book. Book pulls up and tries to draw a foul by kicking out. That is embarrassing. Don't foul, Book. Don't foul. You weren't fouled. He should have just went to make the shot. Gordon pocket pass to Plum. Plum to Batum. They whip it all the way around to Paul George. Paul George back to Batum. Deflected pass. George in the corner. Wide open. Brick. Biombo with the rebound. Gets it to Terrence Ross. Rose! Maybach music. Kicks it to Booker. Booker trying to drive. Good defense by Eric Gordon. Stolen away by Plumlee. Plumlee to Paul George. Paul George up to Gordon. Gordon for deep three. No good. Saban with the rebound. Nick Saban bringing it up. The Suns have a flaccid offense right now. And Monty's going to call a timeout.
Which is more important.
Monty gonna call a timeout. All right, now that I'm looking at the chat, you guys are feeling me, right? Thought I was feeling you. People talking about Booker ain't doing shit. Booker ice cold. What is Booker doing? It's not his game tonight. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Manitas says, get DA in the freaking game. Agreedus, Manitas. Thomas Warbrick in the house said, I think we should have put a trade together for Van Vliet. Would have been nice, but I mean, you know, they were very, I can imagine they were very preoccupied trying to get KD, and it took all our assets. We gave a Godfather deal to get KD, so I said, like, what would we have really realistically had left to offer them for Van Vliet? I don't think we had anything left. I really don't. Really don't. Jobin says there's still 9 minutes left. Dude, there's plenty of time. We're not out of this game. It's just we're just flaccid, man. We're flaccid. Sucks. Big Sexy says everybody has off days, less chill. Yeah, man, I don't ever give Booker any crap for having off days. He's allowed to have bad games because they're few and far between. What I want to see is DeAndre Ayton in the gall dang game, getting the gall dang ball in the gall dang paint. Is that too much to ask? Yo, Daddy said, your thought on the Suns' loss? It's not a loss yet. You know, it's not a loss yet. But if we lose to this Clippers team without Kevin Durant and without obviously Mikal or Cam Johnson, so like you know, we're still down some players. I ain't tripping. This is a great Clippers team. Got none but love for them. None but respect. Are you serious, Slick Cheney? Better not be. Better not be. Like, what's the worst case scenario? The Suns lose this game, and then we tell ourselves, oh, well, I guess we'll just have to wait until Kevin Durant comes back, which will be the next time the Suns play, more than likely. You know? Come on. Think anybody's going to care about this game at that point when he's coming back next game? I'm getting text messages from Romp and Gary just popping up on my phone like crazy. Ruben said, no tripping, but games matter in playoff seeding. They do, and that's what I'm saying. It would have been a great win. This would have been a game where you're like, we beat a team that was supposed to beat us. You know? That's why I'm not tripping. Booker backdoor pass to Busy with the high floating hook shot, push shot, whatever you want to call it, floater. Let's go.
They get the phone call. Now they're in the playoffs, Double J.
Paul George jab step, fadeaway, mid-range. Damn.
When we were talking at a halftime about
damn.
Paul George with a nice shot, that being professional has value. And the value is now that these two young men were able to get traded to playoff.
The hell is going on here?
For a championship. Because as frustrated as they
we got a foul on man grind hard.
Their positions, outwardly they didn't display that. They
I
were
mean,
leaders,
Book
they
sold
were
the shit out of
professionals,
that.
and they got rewarded for it.
D Book
Another look at that last sequence between Mann and Booker. What a matchup between those
gets
two.
a screen from D Lee.
Jimmy, as you know, any
Book
championship team only as good as its supporting
passes it to
cast.
D Lee. D Lee. D Lee dribbles, step back three. Holy shit, that was gorgeous. That's the best move I've ever seen D Lee do. Ever. Ever. That's a James Harden step back, double step back. Paul George got Okogie on him. Okogie makes him pass to Man to Bones. Bones to the rack. Beautiful. That boy's nice. Can't believe the Clippers got him, man. I can't believe the Clippers got him. Booker gets it to Biz, over to Terrence Ross, into Kobe! Kobe! I'm getting his jersey. I don't care. I think I'm getting an Okogie jersey before I get a Kevin Durant jersey. It has to happen. Paul George driving left, Euro, floater, hits the front of the rim and falls in.
George taking on Biyombo at the summit.
D Lee gets it to Biyombo. Suns down 8. Biyombo kicks it to Terrence Ross. Pulls up a 3. Brick. Biyombo tips it back to Ross. Ross, floater. Woo! Good. Nice to have some depth off that bench.
6-point game.
Yeah, interesting too in the last game with Phoenix.
Bones Highland
It was Devin Booker with the second unit kind of
gets fouled by Terrence Ross going to the line.
But now you see him off the ball with Terrence Ross maybe initiating Damon Lee so they can get some weak side action. But the other players are able to benefit as well in this quarter.
Thomas Warbrick. If we could get a few stops, that would be great. Yeah. Stops are not happening, though.
Back to 8. Oh, you can watch hit shows like
193. 7 minutes, 26 seconds left, and here comes Ayton for Busy.
you can download on all.
Can we go to him?
devices.
Can we go to him, please?
Jimmy, who is your favorite as we sit right
John
here?
Bones Jones Highland hits both free
You
throws.
can't discount their continuity and what they put together, their body of work. through the
101.93.
And plus, those guys, as core group, have played together.
Championship DNA D Lee bringing the ball up. Hands it off to Booker. Booker kicks it out to Okogie. No good. Ayton with the tip rebound. No good. Plumlee gets it.
There's a team like Denver.
Little dribble move here. Little drive to the rack by Paul George. He's fouled by Ayton promptly.
Paul George
Going to the
is
line.
going to shoot a couple of free throws. Jimmy, a lot of
No
people
good on the
talking about
layup.
Lakers with the additions that they've made, bringing D'Angelo Russell.
Fellas,
They
during
look
this
really
free
good
throw, I
defensively.
ask you, take a
Can Anthony
second
Davis stay
look
healthy?
and see
What
if
kind
you
of a
had
shot
hit the
can
like
give the
button yet.
Lakers,
If
A, to
not,
get into the playoffs,
please.
and then B,
even
maybe
those
make
of
a
you
surprise
here to
run.
troll against the Suns, hit that like button for us while you're doing it, all right? There's no rule that says you can't hate and hit the like button. There's no rule. Paul George hits the first free throw.
I say, okay, they can jump from 13 to 4th, 5th. But the other teams ahead of them also got better. And that's the challenge that the West faces, that, you know, for the Lakers to make that big jump.
Second free
That's
throw
getting into that
incoming.
sixth position. And you don't even see the Lakers name in there, but they're probably out of 6. Like, I think maybe
Hits it.
5 or 6 games back. And that's a lot to make up. I think they may have to go 15.
Chris Paul back in the game. Fouled on a screen. Please don't say it's on Ayton. It's on Paul George.
So that's a lot of work. Can it be done? Yeah. But it's a lot of work to be done.
Dennis, what do you think?
I think Jimmy's being nice. That's all. I think you're being nice, JJ. It's all about
Kawhi back in the
AD
game.
has to get back in that form we saw in the
Damn.
bubble when he was lights out, shooting game, fall-away threes, dominating the paint. LeBron's going to be LeBron. We already know that.
Chris Paul going to be inbounding here. Gets it to Okogie. Okogie back to CP3.
Well, let me ask you a
Ayton
question.
with the screen.
Who's the more
Another
dangerous
call.
team, if healthy, everything? The Lakers.
Another
or Golden State?
call.
It's the
Ooh.
Golden State.
Another
Even with
foul
them
on the
not being
Clips.
7-22, I believe, right now, playing on the road.
Healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, healthy, because with the way
What is
Klay
going
Thompson
on
been playing,
here?
Right.
and they went,
CP3 to Okogie, 13 seconds. CP3 gets it to Book. Book driving. Book hanging. Book no good. Oh, put back by Okogie. No good. It just fell out. Kawhi to the rack. They kick it back out to Paul George. Paul George stepping through, falling, trying to draw a foul. Ayton with the rebound, no foul call. Okogie going the other way. Okogie, Urogi over to Terrence Ross for 3. God dang, no good. No good. Bones. Back to Paul George.
Phoenix are still down 10 as we come
Out of
up
bounds.
point of this fourth quarter in Phoenix. Suns 4th place in the West, half game in front of the Clippers.
Monty does not look too pleased.
Seconds to shoot.
But to your point and Dennis's point, last year, 30 different lineups, starting lineups for Golden State. But yet and still the X factor.
Bones Highland, stolen pass by CP3. CP3 deciding who to give it to, gives it to Okogie, gets it back, pick and roll from Ayton, takes it. Nice whip pass back over. Okogie in the corner. Oh, Kobe! Oh, Kobe! Tori, you were wrong. Admit it. Admit it.
As Okogie buries the 3, and here comes Phoenix.
I want my respect. You don't know me. Nobody does.
On TNT.
Anybody a boomer enough to know what that quote is from? You know, 24 points for Okogie, 6 for 11 from 3. Boy. I mean, okay, Dat Homie, I would not say a star. I'm not saying Okogie's a star yet. What I'm saying is Okogie has gone from a bench player to a starter. Okay? See, that's not as far as bench player to star. He went from a bench player to forcing Monty to start him. That's it. And that's good enough. There's no one I would rather, in place of McHale, there's no one I would rather have starting than Okogie. I said it. Go ahead, Gary. Text me in the group chat going, Okogie. You're just mad you're a Spurs fan and you can't hit check anyone into the scorers table to get out of this. Dat Homie said playing like prime Clay. Hey, how about this? Okogie's just playing like McHale, a good 3-and-D player who's guarding the best player and knocking down shots and Euroing and finishing in traffic and finishing on fast breaks, starting fast breaks with turnovers caused, that sort of thing. It's real, man. It's real. So, Tori, if you can hear me, I will be looking for you, and I will be looking for Romp so I can force you to choke down these highlights and tell me why it's not going to work. Shut up, Gary, before I revoke. We got Eric Gordon coming in for Bones Highland. Damn, they got a lot of depth too, y'all. That's fine, Romp. That's fine. Keep it that way, Romp. I hope they keep it that way. I hope they keep it to the way where they don't guard him. Good. What's going on, Dakota? Dakota, I don't even know you, and I already like you more than Gary. Way more. Come on, man. All right, we're back. We're about to be back. 3, 2.
See the Clippers' struggles against teams over 500 this season. They're actually going to have the second hardest remaining schedule in the league after the All-Star break.
Shut up, Brady, or I'll ban your ass.
6 straight such teams.
Eric Gordon kicks it to Leonard. Leonard, nice pass. Oh my gosh, a little too high. It hit the rim. He meant to get it to Plumlee for a little alley-oop. Chris Paul into the corner to Okogie. Craig gets it back to Chris Paul. Get it to Ayton, dude. What is going on? He's got man-man Grindhard guarding. Craig, no good. Get it to Ayton, you crumb bums. Man-man Grindhard.
Last game against Phoenix.
Gets a screen from Kawhi. Back to Paul George. Paul George getting fancy with the dribble. Gets a screen from Plumlee. Hey, that's a travel, baby! That's a travel! Let's go!
But you never had a chance.
Shut up, Gary. Shut up. The Suns are playing.
It's been the story of the season for the Clippers, really the last couple
Booker gets it back to CP3. Screen from Ayton. Kicks it to Okogie in the corner. Ew, no good. That's asking too much. Still at 50%, mind you. Still a 50% three-point shooter tonight. All right? 103-96. Oh shit, who hit that? Booker. I forgot I can look at me phone. My phone's faster. Let's go. Let's go. Whew, Booker might be warming up at the nick of time. Paul George drives. Damn. Damn, that's just too easy. CP3. Getting a screen. Oh no, Paul George ripped him. Ooh, Chris Paul jumped right up over the top of him. Yeah, shut up, Paul. Shut up. Chris Paul forced him into a jump ball. The joke's on us because Chris Paul has to jump against Paul George. So it was kind of a waste of time. What up, RB? Definitely need Book to get hot right now.
That's needed to close out the game. Watch Paul George here with the pick, and then he gets on the ground. And they call the jump ball, and Paul George wasn't too happy.
That's funny. What's little Chris Paul's ass gonna do on this jump ball? Get out of here.
Chris Paul appreciated PG complaining to the officials. Kind of shot PG a look.
Well, PG just get the tip. You know what I mean? Now you can get it back here.
Well, you just see
that felt closer than it should have been. Man, Euro. Man, nice finish off the right side of the backboard. 9-point lead. The Suns cannot make the ground up that they need to. Oh, we got a 3 on the other end by Devin Booker. He might be warming up. Actually, sorry, a mid-range. A little mid-range fadeaway. It looked like a 3 on me tiny little phone. 16 points for Booker. Paul George, pick and roll with Zub. Almost gets ripped by Okogie. Ayton guarding Paul George on the perimeter. Crosses him up. Tough dribble. Gets it to Zub. Okogie stops Zubac! 13 seconds. Paul George in the corner. Got Craig on him. Screen from Zub. Kicks to Zub. Sun steal. Okogie gets the steal. Gets it to Booker. Booker backing down. Old man Gordon going for the Kobe fadeaway. Can't get it. That was a rushed shot. That was a dumb shot. No good. Man gets it back to Eric Gordon. Way open. Wide open. No good. Zubac muscles the rebound away. Pushed out of bounds. Foul on the Suns more than likely.
no good.
Loose ball foul on Booker. Just shoving Zubac out of bounds.
On the offensive glass this season for the Clippers.
Well, it's great, but because of the quick push, that allows
yeah, him.
Zubac
Zubac been getting way too many rebounds.
When you take that shot from the perimeter,
Ayton's got 6. He's getting doubled up by Zubac. That's on Ayton.
Much needed for the Clippers if they want to close
That's
out
on
this
Ayton
game.
tonight. But yo, Zubac is no slouch. He's nice.
What isn't happening?
I like Zubac. That's a big, heavy boy too. And now I have to check the slew of text messages from Gary and Romp. Gonna ignore those for now. Let's get this game back up on my phone. Let's get to the chat. What is good, everybody? What a freaking game. Mook in the house said, this is KD time. Can't wait. This might be the last game that we have to play without Kevin Durant. You know, unless, of course, he gets dinged up here and there or whatever. I'm sure we'll rest him. He'll probably get some rest nights. He's probably smart enough to take some rest nights when he's not needed. But it is actually incredibly exciting that we should be seeing Kevin Durant sooner rather than later. All right, we're back. We are back.
Dennis Scott, rest of our TNT crew, Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix. Final 3:04 before All-Star Weekend begins in Salt Lake City. Can the Clippers put the finishing touches on the Suns?
Kawhi goes baseline, kicks it to Paul George. Paul George, damn, mid-range. Damn. Chris Paul gets to Ayton. Ayton handoff to Okogie. Okogie's got Booker on him. Gets a screen here from Ayton. Back to Okogie. Passes it down to Ayton. Ayton with the tough-ass mid-range. He cocked the ball behind his head like he was freaking Bill Cartwright. No good. 2.5 minutes to go. Paul George standing at the logo, just milking clock. Gets a screen from Zub. In and out. Gets to the elbow. No good. Thank you, Jesus in heaven. Booker gets a screen from Ayton. Oh my God, what a move by Booker. That was an unbelievable hezzy blow by left-handed. Just unbelievable. That was beautiful. Damn. Love it. Have an opportunity to get it within 6 here. That's 2 threes if you're new to basketball. Hit that like button if you're new to the stream and you haven't yet, please. Trying to hit 200 likes. Could somebody tell me in the chat how many likes do we have? Tori, I'm going to be trying to force you. I need to force you tonight. All right? I need to force some highlights down your throat, amongst other things. Kawhi, pump fake, gets... Oh, shit! Yo, that was a sick-ass dunk from Kawhi. That was sick as hell. Ayton hits the mid-range to keep it close. 105, 111. Foul on either CP3 or Booker here. I don't know who. Man, Grindhart's on the ground. He looks hurt.
Leonard on one end and then D-Book on the other.
He either said my back or my bad.
Looks like he's shaken up here in obvious pain.
Shut up, Gary.
It's been from Nan if you've just joined us.
Well, did he bump knees or get hit in the thigh?
He's a mid player.
Got a little limp right there.
I'll give you something mid.
Left hip.
Man kicks it into Eric Gordon.
What?
Gordon gets a screen, gets it back to Paul George. 9 seconds, 6-point lead. Paul George gets it to Zub. Zub in the paint to man. Bad defense. Easy bucket in the paint, and Monty might be calling a timeout here. Monty actually wants a timeout.
And the Clippers lead at 8 with a bucket.
Brady said mid-Kogi. Shut up, Brady, or I'll ban you too. I'll ban every last one of you. All right. Axton says night Phoenix. Yeah, it's feeling like that, you know. This is one of them games where we got off to a really slow start. Chris Paul was icy cold. Booker was ice cold. Finally got it going, made it respectable, 6 for 15. Nothing like ice cold coffee, you know what I'm saying? You know, just one of them games. The Clippers with us not having KD or obviously, Mikal and Cam Johnson or, any of those guys, I think this Clippers team is better than this Suns team without him. Luckily, we shouldn't have to be without KD much longer. All right. Devin Productions.
Terrence Mann backdoor.
Because we had a good game, but we lose. Yeah,
He's been in this situation
it
now
is what it
all
is.
year to
Can't win every
facilitate
game. We've been on a
Terrence Mann
nice
called
win
Torrey
streak here.
Craig. Watching the basketball, smartly went back.
CP3 to Booker. Booker into the paint. Ripped. Said it was a block on the game cast, but that was more of a steal. Leonard gets it up past half court. Finally, Paul George doubled. Gets to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon could have pulled a wide open three. Still milking clock. Paul George crosses up CP3. Gets past him, CP3 rips him, and Booker fouls Kawhi. That might be an and one. That might be an and one. That might be an and one. Damn it, it's an and one. That's probably going to be the game ski, right? Right, Lil Hud?
You think he likes that right there?
Yulene said refs beating us. I don't know, man. I think we beat ourselves by not closing out on the three at all.
Kawhi Leonard just happens to be in the right place at the right time.
Haunted Kiwi said we also don't have Landry Shamet. Not that it matters because he's bad. I mean, him and Campaign would have helped, though. At least Campaign. Because Saban Lee's been kind of bad lately. Shocker, right?
Has to be excited about the prospects of his team.
CP3 bringing it up. We got 54 seconds on the clock. CP3 to the rack. Smokes! Wow. I mean, what in God's name was that, CP3? Batum kicks it to Leonard. They're just running the clock out here. 36 seconds. Suns have definitely conceded. Kawhi, just don't foul him. Kawhi misses. Suns get the rebound. I think they're going to do, I don't know, I guess maybe they are going to take a last shot here. CP3 kicks to Booker, who shoots a three. No good. CP3 with the rebound and the putback. Oh, boy. Wouldn't that have been nice to have earlier? Suns lose. Welcome into the Suns Valley Podcast post-game show. Thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out. Whoops, accidentally grabbed Sundo. Don't want to do that. Don't want to screw up the Sundo. All right. Welcome in. Let me pull the stats up, and let's get into this post-game show. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, 26 and 16, respectively. 10 rebounds for Kawhi. 35 minutes and 36 minutes for Paul George. These guys got the bulk of the minutes, and as you can see, these Clippers are no joke. These Clippers, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Because here's why. You run up against them. Paul George is a really good defender. He can do work against Booker, and of course, Kawhi Leonard can guard Kevin Durant to a certain degree. Better than most defenders, if not any other defender. I can't imagine a better defender in the league right now than Leonard. So, and one says, Gabe, what happened to the Suns tonight? Well, they shot terribly, terribly bad. They shot. Let me pull this up here and see what the Suns shot. Suns shot 11 for 31 from three, 35%. That's not terrible. But Terrence Ross was 1 for 8. He had 16 points, though. He was 7 for 17 overall. He had a nice game for his first game. Very active. 4 assists, 4 rebounds for Terrence Ross in his debut. TJ Warren, must still be struggling to come back to full health because he only got 8 minutes, took a couple of shots. He did not look aggressive. Chris Paul looked terrible on offense. Truly bad, but 4 steals. You got to love that. Devin Booker, terrible on offense for 3 quarters until late in the fourth. Kind of started hitting a few shots. 1 for 6 from 3. We're probably not going to win most nights without Kevin Durant and Chris Paul and Devin Booker being ice cold. You know, if you think about all those things, you know, you could call it copium, or you could call it, you know, you could call it reality. That's what happens when you shoot that poorly. And then DeAndre Ayton just did not get enough touches. 8 for 13. 8 for 13 from DA, and you can't get him 15 shots? You can't get him 20 shots? No, but you can get Terrence Ross 17. That's on Monty, man. That's on Monty. Not happy about that. Definitely not. Yeah, Yashis Ramen says Clippers are not good. I don't know, man. They look pretty good to me. They got a better record than us, don't they? I mean, this new Clippers team with Eric Gordon and Bones Highland and Plumlee, they're kind of nice. I can't lie. Him says Monty prefers Ross over Ayton. He's even said that he has that connection with Ross. Xavier says need Durant. Tori, I didn't know you were trying to get in here, man. Feel free. I guess I didn't even have a tab pulled up for that, man. Pull open the StreamYard. Big Sexy says the unique stud facts. We don't play well at all. Well, we sure as hell didn't. All right, that was a terrible game by the Suns. Just trash. Nefarious Max said Ayton's softer than a pillow. Tonight he was kind of soft, right? Like, I'd be a liar. I'd be a liar if I said that he wasn't soft tonight. Tori in the house, let me pull you up on stream here and get your name tag changed, all right? Did you watch the game, man? What'd you think?
No, I played basketball. I just got back from playing basketball.
All right.
I saw your guy, right? And I heard the grapevine told me that you wanted to find me to talk about.
It really wasn't anything like it was more like I want to find you tonight so that I can force you to watch highlights so you can tell me what you think of the new and improved Okogie.
Well,
because he was not supposed to be able to go 6 for 12 from 3. That's not supposed to be allowed. And this isn't the first game that he's done very well.
I mean, he's shooting better, but this is what I told you before the season. 4 straight years he shot under 30% from 3. So far he hasn't been a good shooter, which is true. Most guys don't randomly improve a whole lot. He's improved a bit. He's still 33%. So can you count on it night in, night out? Obviously, he brings the defense. It's kind of the same thing we're in with Matisse right now.
Yes.
As a Blazer fan, this is what we're dealing with Matisse Thybulle now. So it's just he'll occasionally have games like this. He's had more games like this where he's gone off than I've expected, but also he's getting great threes, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so it helps playing next to better players too.
Yeah.
So
I want to, I just want to show you his shot. I want to show you his mechanics. I want you to break it down for me. And I'm not looking for an apology. I'm not looking
that sounds like a good video idea.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that as well, but you don't underestimate Suns fans. They do not care about reactions. They do not care about reactions.
They care about, they sign so-and-so. I can't even think of an obscure name right now.
They're excited about Kevin Love.
Dig deep into the barrel now. Who's the next guy? Dragon Bender.
James Jones gonna put a jersey back on.
You should
Clippers
put up.
Card said GG Suns fans. GG Clippers, man. You guys played great tonight. What were you gonna say?
You should put up your sub count, your live sub count, because I think you're like a couple away from 4,000.
A couple or like a couple tens away?
It says, I don't know. It says 3.99K subscribers.
What? No way.
How do you not know this?
I mean, that means we got like over 20 subs tonight. I wasn't I don't think I was expecting that, but
yeah, you're popping off.
Can you tell me your thoughts? Because I didn't get a chance to talk to you before I made my video on Kevin Love. What would you think about Kevin Love over Jock Landale for the Suns? Is that a waste of life?
I mean, how's Landale been defensively?
Chat, tell Tori how Landale's been defensively. I would say he's been good at like going hands up on defense. He's been good about, but it's like he gets slid out of the way and stuff. You know, he gets pushed out of the way, and he can block some shots. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm interested to see what people think.
I just feel like you guys have enough scoring and enough shooting. Like you got KD, Book, Chris Paul, Ayton, right? You got some defensive pieces and Craig and Okogie on the wing.
Can shoot.
You got, yeah, but do you need a center that can shoot?
What do you think about the thought process, like the belief that you need to have an answer for everything in the playoffs? It makes me think about the time that the Mavs a couple of seasons ago went with Boban and Porzingis just because it was like a wrinkle that the other team wasn't ready for. And then it was like, oh shit, the paint is kind of shut down. Like I would like to have one center who can shoot threes.
Here's the thing, Gabe. You guys have enough wings. You can go small and play KD at the 5. I know you're not used to having Kevin Durant on your team yet, but I mean, if you want a center that can shoot, you literally just play KD at the 5, and you play, Warren and Booker and Paul and Terrence Ross if you want a bunch of shooting. Like you can have a lineup with 5 guys that can shoot. I feel like you guys need another defensive big. Like I know you're high on Biyombo. I don't know. Like how much do you need a Kevin Love? Because he's not going to do anything defensively. He's going to be a turnstile. I don't know if he'd help you because you can go small and have enough shooting anyway because you have enough wings that can shoot. You can go small with KD at the 5. I feel like you guys should just go for
but like
another defensive defensive player if one's available.
The reason I want to have a bit stretch 5 is because I want to have a center that can force the other team's center to leave the paint on defense. I'm a big believer of getting the other team's rim protector, whoever he is, however good he is at protecting the rim. I love the idea of forcing him to go out to the perimeter to guard the center.
Well, would you rather do that, or would you rather? I mean, you have the option of making it so the other team can't play a rim protector because you got Kevin Durant at the 5.
I guess if you go, if you put Kevin Durant at the 5, and I know Kevin Durant is good at interior defense, but is he good enough to stop centers 1v1? Don't you think he'd just get backed down like a mop?
He's okay. Like he has length. He makes up for it with his length. Another team is not going to win by playing, I don't know, like hypothetically, if the Blazers played the Suns in the playoffs, the Blazers are not going to win by playing Yusuf Nurkic against Kevin Durant, having Yusuf Nurkic guard Kevin Durant, and then trying to post up Nurkic against Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant will cook him because he's Kevin Durant and it's a big man. And sure, Nurkic might be able to score sometimes, but he's not scoring as much as Kevin Durant would score on him. Like he's not winning that matchup. So you play Kevin Durant at the 5 and other teams have to adjust. Like I don't think, unless it's somebody as elite as Jokic, I guess, but that's what you got Ayton for. And then, with bench lineups, you can go with KD. I just don't really see it as being a problem. I don't think Kevin Love is any better defending big men than KD is. He's like 6'8".
Right.
And he can't jump anymore. He can never really jump, but no, he really can't jump.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and that's fair. I'm definitely willing to be talked. It's just Jock has been pulling a lot of DNPs. And he's shooting, his percentage has been going up, and it's only at 23 now, like 23 points. It's bad. So Bismack can't shoot threes, but I guess that does make sense. That would provide a way for us to maybe keep Ish, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of getting Stanley Johnson better. Because he can play a little bit of wing defense.
Yeah, I've never been a big Stanley Johnson fan, to be honest. But, I say that about a lot.
It's understandable, Xavier says Okogie's 6'4", playing this like Bruce Brown. That's how Nets got swept in the playoffs. I might have meant Bruce Bowen. Kind of is, but
Bruce Brown, the Nets. Yeah,
oh, Bruce Brown
played for the Nets. Yeah, and that plays for the Nuggets now. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there is like a defensive four. I just don't think you need Kevin Love at all. You have enough scoring. You have enough shooting. You can go with KD at the center if you want a bunch of shooting. Like, you basically are built in a way where you can put out a big lineup. Like, you could play Durant at the 3 and Baisley at the 4. And I saw Baisley didn't play tonight, so I don't know if you guys.
He hasn't played a minute yet.
Like, who's your backup?
Second.
Who's your backup for then? Warren, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you could go big with like KD and Warren and Ayton. You can go small with KD at the 5. You have a lineup for basically everything at this point. It's just like, what are you short the most? And I feel like you have enough shooting and you have enough scoring. The thing you're short the most is defense. You have some guys that can defend. You guys are going to be a good defense.
Is there a defensive?
If there's anything missing,
is Serge Ibaka still available? That's the only defensive center in the buyout market I can think of.
Yeah,
is there another
I don't think
center?
There's anybody that great.
No.
I think you guys are kind of set, to be honest.
You don't think we need to make any moves? What about getting Will Barton on this team instead of Ish Wainwright or instead of Saban Lee? You like that?
I mean, if he plays like he did last.
Remember this summer? Remember when everything went down this summer? You told me instead of trading for Jordan Clarkson, I should have traded for Will Barton. That you would have liked that Will Barton
more.
So how could you be souring on that?
You want me to explain it? Okay.
Yes.
So in our mock-off season, right? So
I mean, not all that, but yeah.
Well, I'll just give a quick story for chat and anybody who doesn't know. Every summer we run a mock-off season where 30 people control 30 teams and they make trades. We do a draft. We do free agency. Gabe had the Suns. Gabe traded for Reggie Jackson to be the third guard. So we had Reggie Jackson, Devin Booker, Chris Paul. But then he traded for Jordan Clarkson too. And my whole thing was like, none of those guys you want playing the 3. So you have a bit of a logjam. It would have made more sense to go after Will Barton, who's bigger and can play the 3, so you can swing him up to small forward, right? So that was my point. But last year, Will Barton was really, really solid. This year, he's just been bad. So, like, he just hasn't... You know what I mean? Like, things change from year to year. That's the thing with, like, a Kogi. Kogi shot a little bit better this year. So, the past 4 years, he was awful. So, when you guys picked him up, that's what I'm basing him off of, is what he's done. You know, he can always change my mind. If he came out and shot like Steph Curry all of a sudden, you know, then obviously my opinion would change. So Barton's just struggled. He's just been injury prone. At some point that catches up to players. You never know when, but all those injuries add up, and I kind of feel like they've added up for him.
So no on Love, no on Barton. How do you like the Terrence Ross signing?
I think it's solid. Just like microwave scorer. He's just a weird player. Because like 1 year he'll be really solid, 1 year he'll be really bad. 1 year he's just
me of J.R. Smith, but taller.
1 year he'll shoot a bunch of mid-range shots. 1 year he'll shoot a bunch of threes. But just for like a bench scorer, yeah. Just he shot 17 times in 25 minutes. He can have games where he just misses a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
And you guys lose because of it. Like, he'll have games where he's like 5 for 17, 4 for 17. When KD's back, you probably don't want him shooting 17 times in 25 minutes.
Right.
Unless he's shooting the lights out, then it's fine. But that's the thing with those guys, those microwave scorers, is like they'll always shoot. It doesn't matter if they're missing or making shots. So when he's on, it'll be a ton of fun, and you guys might put 130, 140 points on the board. When he's off, it might be a little bit annoying because like guys like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker aren't shooting. Ayton isn't getting shots, and Terrence Ross is shooting a lot.
That's a good point. I don't want him in the game much with Kevin and Devin.
Yeah, just be that bench scorer when one of those guys out of the game or both of them out of the game.
Where are you at on the Phoenix Suns attaining a Russell Westbrook?
No, it's no to Russ, bro.
No,
hell no to
Russ,
Russ.
He says.
Hell no to Russ. Why would you?
Okay.
Is there a case for him?
There is.
What is it?
The case is that his ego has been diminished, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took a demotion that I didn't think he was ever going to be able to take, and he started to flourish as a backup. And I mean, it was like people were watching those games just to clown him, and he kept his cool, and he just kept plugging away. You can see he's averaging like almost 16 points a game, like 7 and 5, 6 and 5, some shit like that, off of the bench in 15 minutes a game. Compared to campaign, I don't know. Compared to Saban Lee, I don't know that I would turn that away. He'd never be counted on to do anything like super important. It would just be go ahead.
Here's my case against it. It's just all about fit. You have enough like star talent. You have enough talent on this team. It's just about getting guys that fit that talent. How does he fit? Like, yeah, he's averaging 16 points per game, but he takes a bunch of shots, especially a bunch of mid-range shots, and he doesn't make shots. He's shooting 42% from the field and 30% from three. He basically needs the ball to be effective, but when he has the ball, he's super ball dominant and shoots a bunch of like questionable jumpers. And then when he's off the ball, defenses just play off him because he can't shoot threes. So it's like, okay, if you play him next to Booker at all, or Kevin Durant at all, or even, some of these other bench scorers you got, Terrence Ross, etc., Ayton, he's not going to make it easier on them because he's not going to space the floor. Whoever's guarding him is just going to go double KD or go double Booker or go double Ayton, and he's not going to make them pay because he doesn't shoot threes well enough. And then when he has the ball, you're taking that out of Booker's hands and Durant's hands, so Russell Westbrook can just isolate and shoot a pull-up mid-range jumper and make like 1 out of every 3.
I would hope he wouldn't do that. I would hope.
But that's what he's been doing. That's basically, he's gotten a little better, but that's basically what he's been doing. So he just doesn't fit. He's handled the bench. Like, he hasn't pouted about the bench role, but he still hasn't been good. He's just hasn't been efficient enough. He can't shoot. If he could shoot, it'd be a different question because then he can play off guys and he doesn't need the ball.
All right, this one I know you're going to like. Carmelo Anthony.
I mean, you might as well get Kevin Love if you're going for that archetype. At least Kevin Love rebounds.
Carmelo's shooting better from 3.
Is he, though?
Well, he was shooting 38%, and this season Love's at 35%.
I mean, yeah, he was shooting well. He's a little better shooter, but he literally does nothing else. He doesn't rebound well.
We definitely have people that are sub to this channel that comment a lot about wanting Melo. So, as a Blazers fan who had Melo 3 out of the last 5 years, explain to them why Melo's a no. Because I'm on that side too.
Basically, so like, he's a big name, so a lot of people want him because he's a big name. And having him as a big name in Portland was cool for a bit, but then it became frustrating because he gives up as many points as he creates. And when he's just shooting catch and shoot threes, he's fine offensively. If he's just spotting up, shooting catch and shoot threes, he's fine. The problem is half the time, half of his shots come from catching the ball in the post, stopping all ball movement, catching the ball in the post, and shooting some mid-range turnaround fadeaway that didn't go in enough. Like, he shot a bunch of bad turnaround fadeaways. A lot of times wouldn't pass out of it. And it's like he got better at playing more of a role player role, but he still has these moments where it's like, I'm Carmelo Anthony. I'm going to play like Carmelo Anthony. And he can't do that at a high level anymore. So he doesn't help you win. He doesn't help you win because he plays no defense. He doesn't rebound too well. He doesn't pass the ball, and he takes a lot of like questionable mid-range stuff. Basically, all he is right now is a 3-point specialist. But the thing is, if you have 3-point specialists, you don't want them, forcing shots that aren't threes most of the time, right?
Right.
So that's kind of my issue with him. And it's like you don't need a guy to stop the offense, stop the ball movement, take over the offense when you got as much talent as you guys do. You have shooting. Why do you need Melo? Because he's just going to make you guys worse defensively when he's in the game. Then other teams might be able to keep up. Because at this point, if you have a good enough defense, teams aren't going to keep up with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant scoring, Ayton. Like, they're not going to keep up offensively if you can defend them a bit. So why would you guys sacrifice that for something you don't need?
So you don't like any of the options laid on the table. you know the landscape of the NBA as well as anyone. Is there a player out there that the Suns should be looking at? Is Alec Burks been bought out? You know,
Alec Burks isn't getting bought out. I mean, that guy would be awesome, but Rump was leading you astray by saying you get him once he gets bought out. I was sitting there watching that stream a couple streams ago, like, what is he talking about? He's not getting bought out. They have him under contract next year. Why would they could have traded him for their first round pick this year? Why would they not trade him for a first round pick and then just release him for nothing when they have him under contract
then who
next
is
year?
Available? Anyone.
Basically everyone you've done a video on. But, I mean, Gabe, you've been in this thought process of like, who can we get to become as good as possible, right? Isn't that the mindset you've been in? Like, who can we get? Who can we get?
My
Now
mindset
you're at the point where now it's like there's nobody to get that makes a ton of sense. Like, you guys are set. You guys are basically at the mountaintop in terms of creating a roster. You guys are the best roster in the West. You guys are, I mean, some people could call you a super team even. I'm not calling you a super team, but I mean, you got Booker, Paul, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton, and then you got good role players. Like, you guys are basically set. So there's nobody out there that's like, oh yeah, you guys should definitely go get him. Because you guys have Warren off the bench, right? You have a Kogi or Craig off the bench. You have Damian Lee off the bench, who's been really good this year. You have Terrence Ross off the bench. Biyombo can play some spot minutes at center. Like, you guys are fine. You guys are set.
The Suns don't need anyone. Yo, we got 198 likes. If there are 2 of you in the chat that could do us a solid, check and see if you hit that like button. Hit it if you haven't.
Also, if you haven't hit subscribe, you could be the 4,000th subscriber.
We're getting really close to 4,000. If you haven't subscribed yet, check that option out. All right. I just feel like you want to trim all the fat off of your team that you can if you think you're going to be in position to win a title. And we've never really been in the position where buyout candidates would want it. We're not like attractive to like come play. We've never been the team. Buyout candidates have always escaped us. They always choose somewhere except for Phoenix. So we're kind of not used to that. Like the ability of like, oh my God, all of a sudden players should be willing to take less money to glom on for a title run. So that's another reason why we're all just like, oh my gosh, could we, should we? And I do feel like Ish Wainwright is kind of becoming obsolete on the team. He's going to be gone. Saben Lee, like our point guard situation is not okay, bro. The Suns point guard situation, unless you just let KD run the point, Saben Lee behind Chris Paul.
Yeah, no,
he is reverting, bro.
You just, when Chris Paul's out of the game, you try and have Chris Paul's bench minutes coincide with Booker and Durant playing together with some bench guys, I think. And then Booker and KD can just take turns kind of initiating things and handling, and you can just kind of be point guard by committee. That might be your best bet right now. I mean, you could always just sprinkle in some campaign and maybe you get a good game, once I have every 2 and maybe he can stay healthy.
Okay.
Like,
that's
the one thing you could use as a point guard off the bench, but Reggie Jackson got bought up, so.
Let me slide back around one more time, okay? You turned this down before. Let me just offer it back up to you. Stanley Johnson, would he be an upgrade considering he's younger? And, I mean, he went through a 30-game streak where he was shooting 40% from 3. Is Stanley Johnson not a better option than Saben Lee? Because I feel like...
Stanley Johnson isn't a point guard, though.
No, but if,
I mean,
or Ish.
Would he
well, let's say Ish.
I just don't think Ish or Stanley Johnson would play when KD's here because you got Okogie and Craig for that, defensive wing role. Do you have enough minutes? Because in the playoffs, Gabe, the minutes are going to ratchet up.
Yeah, it's going to be like an 11-man rotation.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be less
than
that.
Or
11? It should be less than that. You should be
9?
mad if it's not less than that. Normally, playoff rotations are 8 to 9 guys. Like, and especially when
What
you
up,
got four
Connor?
guys that should be playing 32 to 37 minutes or whatever in the regular season, most of the time that gets bumped up to like 35 to 40. Now, maybe you don't want to do that because it's KD and it's Booker or whatever. And you guys could probably run deeper rotations because you guys should be good enough to be able to do so. But when it comes down to crunch time in the playoffs, in tight games, deep into your playoff run, you're probably playing 8 to 9 guys. So who are those 8 to 9 guys? Is the question.
We know the
Terrence
starters.
Terrence Ross is going to be one of those guys. One of a Kogi or Craig, whichever one isn't starting, is probably going to be one of those guys. So you got your scoring wing, you got your defensive wing. Damian Lee is probably going to be one of those guys.
He's sliding, but probably he'll be in there. He's trusted by Monty.
I mean, Biombo's probably going to be one of those guys.
I'd be playing
just
Biombo
backing up 8
for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, basically it's either Damian Lee or a point guard. Like if you add Stanley Johnson to that, is Stanley Johnson going to play ahead of Damian Lee? I don't think so, because you got your bench defensive wing. Like Romp is hitting on your defense, but I don't think your guys' defense is as bad as he thinks. Like Okogi's good.
Yeah.
Craig is good. Booker's okay. Ayton's solid. KD is good.
Yeah, they just like hating on Okogie because I love Okogie. That's all that is.
I mean, he's always been a good defender. He's just
I
never been
told
able
Gary,
to shoot.
Exactly. I told Gary,
Occasionally he can shoot.
They're the only ones that have ever questioned Okogie's defense. That's not in question. His defense is the reason he's in the league. You can't be as bad as he has been offensively and be in the league if you're not an exceptional top flight defender. But now he's actually scoring and shit. So it's like,
did you see their defense tonight? Says Romp. They gave up 116 points to a healthy
not that bad,
Clippers
man.
team without Kevin Durant, who's a good defender still. I mean, that's not that bad.
It's not.
It's not that bad.
I mean, they were giving up open threes. That wasn't fun. But
like, if you go into a playoff series against the Clippers and you're like, okay, we're holding them to 116 points per game, you're probably feeling pretty good about that because even though they got, some good defensive pieces, you should be able to score at least 120.
Right.
Like, his offense needs to be, the best offense in the league, and it can be. Should be.
Yeah, Chris Paul is just playing like shat on offense right now, and that's what's killing us.
Booker and Paul, 8 for 25,
yeah.
1 for 7 from 3.
Come on. We didn't even need Kevin Durant to win this game. That's the thing. We really didn't. We could have, and I could argue we should have dug deep and beat them without KD.
I mean, you guys were in this game without KD in your backcourt playing like absolute trash.
Trash. And they barely gave it to Ayton. Barely gave it to Ayton at all, dude. 8 for 13. He should have 20 shots per game, especially without KD. I want Monty arrested. Just kidding. But, it's like, it's stupid.
Yeah,
Did you see their defense? It wasn't that bad. Relax. This is the Clippers, man. The Clippers are nice AF.
Well, my question is for Romp, okay, who are they going to get then defensively that'll help their defense that's on the buyout market?
He thinks Stanley Johnson is him.
Dude, Romp can't even give you Gabe. Romp can't even give you crap for liking mid players because he's the same exact way with the most random guys.
He thinks that Stanley Johnson is Timothée Chalamet. He really does,
bro. Literally, if you bring in Stanley Johnson, you're playing 4-on-5 on offense.
That's what I heard about Craig, and that's what I heard about Okogie.
No, not Craig. Craig's not that bad. I did say that about Okogie, but
does Stanley Johnson
still don't
answer me this? This is okay. Here's gonna be my deciding factor. Tell me, does Stanley Johnson have a weird jumper or is it smooth? It just doesn't go in. I don't know the answer.
I don't know his jumper off the top
okay, because that's going to decide it. That's going to decide it.
This year from 3 in a very small sample size, he's 18 for 40, which is 45%. Okay, but for the rest of his career, he is shooting 30% from 3 on like 1,100 attempts. So are you going to put stock in that 1,100 attempts or those 40?
That was all a goof that he was doing.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know,
was
he
a
just passed up
practical
millions
joke.
and millions upon dollars.
He's a joker as far
as
as what I hear.
I mean, you don't want to. I don't think you want to play because you still don't know if you can trust Okogie to knock down threes in the playoffs. You know, some guys like regress 3 in the playoff. I know he had a good game today, Gabe, but he's still at 33%.
It's not just tonight. Okay, but if we looked at what his percentage
he's inconsistent.
The last 2 weeks, you'd shit yourself.
I mean, I'm sure. But what was his percentage the 2 weeks before that? Yeah.
Can you do that? Okay.
I need to teach you how to use basketballreference.com.
Yeah, you should. All right. Now tell me what this man's 3-point percentage has been the last 2 weeks, please. And I'm thinking there's a 4 in the front.
Where can I look at last 10 games?
I mean, we might have to literally add all that shit up, but
I mean, dude, I'll be on my post-game shows and I'll add it up in my head while we talk. Okay, so the last 3 games, okay, he's 9 for 15. 60%. The 4 games before that, he was 0 for 8.
That was a joke. He was kidding. How many times do we have to fucking go through this?
So that's 9 for 23. Okay, that's 7. Okay, and the 3 games before that, 9 for 23. Remember that. He was 4 for 7 the 3 games before that. So that's 13 for 30. What percentage is that?
Less than 50. We're looking at
that might be 40,
41, 42%.
I mean, if you can get but the thing is like, has he been that guy all year though? Where it's like 4 games he can't make a shot, and then 3 games he hits shots.
In the beginning, he was bad. In the beginning, he was nervous and stuff. But like, I feel like it only took him like a couple of months, just like a month or so, to start hitting threes.
I didn't add up this game, so he was 9 for 15. Then so that's 15 for 27 in his last 4 games. I mean,
55, maybe 56%. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm lucky.
18 for 40 his last 10 games. He's 18 for 40.
That's upper 40%. Dowg. We're looking at 46. Shut up, Romp. I don't care what you guys have to say about this. The only difference between his defense and Mikhail's is Mikhail is gifted by God with length and height. That's it. Okogie does everything the same. Rebounds better than Mikhail.
Yeah, I mean, he's just had some stretches where he's awful from 3. In the last 4 years of his career, he's been awful from 3. Connor. So the last 4 games, he's on a hot streak. It's like, okay, cool, but is that hot streak more indicative of him as a shooter than the last 4 years of his career and some like 10-game stretches this year? That's the thing. You don't like.
But what is?
Sometimes guys just turn the corner and you never know it until it happens for like a month.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like, how does he shoot the next 7 to 10 games? That's very important for knowing if you can trust him. If he keeps shooting like this, then but he's not going to keep shooting it 45% from 3.
Well, if they keep leaving him wide the F open, maybe, but probably not. I've just never seen a guy.
Yeah. It's just a question, you know. At least it's a question, because before this year it was like he can't shoot because he couldn't.
Right.
So those guys are tough in the playoffs. Romp knows. It's funny that Romp wants you guys to get Stanley Johnson because he's a 76ers fan. He's had Matisse Thybulle for multiple years, and in the playoffs, lineups with Matisse Thybulle struggle because he doesn't knock down enough threes, and defenses just play off him. So he's seen it. That's why I'm kind of confused why he thinks Stanley Johnson is the man for you guys, because Matisse Thybulle is a better 3-point shooter for his career than Stanley Johnson is.
I'm just reading the chat and laughing because Gary's trying to bait me. Gary's trying to bait. Romp's trying to bait. Oh, now Romp wants to send me the link. Oh,
okay, let's go.
Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. Romp, it's the
I'd
same
love to hear
invite.
his argument against that.
Invite. Grab this little invite here.
Bring Romp here for me to eviscerate.
All right, Romp. I'll send it to you through Discord, but you should have this link, Romp. I'm a little disappointed in you that you don't. All right, sorry, Tori's off camera for a second while I get this Discord to open up. All right. Go ahead and send this. I mean, I have to admit that it would be wise of me to at least wait the entire season before I say that Okogie should be the starter in the playoffs. Like, if he ends the season shooting above 35% from three,
Yeah.
I'm gonna want him to be the starter.
This is me and Romp should have a debate show, although I don't know
I'm
if I
telling
could...
you should have a debate show or a segment on Blazers
Literally,
Uprise.
did you see the clip with like JJ Redick versus Mad Dog, who's the baseball dude? It'd be the equivalent of that. I don't know if I can stay sane.
Shots fired. You're basically a baseball analyst, Romp. All right? You're like going to be arguing from a different sport. Elite Squad says, why not George Hill as a backup point guard? He can handle the ball and play defense. Is he available through buyout?
Did he get bought out?
Did he get bought out, bro?
I haven't been paying attention today, so...
Because I'd listen to him over... I'd listen to him over what's-his-face? Over Westbrook. All right, we got Ramp in the house, everybody.
Hello.
Ramp.
Hi.
So...
Ramp.
So I'm appalled that we're talking about Josh Okogie when I just saw CP3 lay an egg, and you're telling me you're worried about Josh Okogie. Why are we worried about role players when you got a huge liability in CP3?
Romp. Are you not able to be worried about more than one thing at once? Has your life been that good that you can't worry about more than one thing at once?
Allow me to explain why, Ramp. Okay? Here's why I'm not worried about Chris Paul. Because I expect this from Chris Paul. He's going to have games where all he gives you is assists. I'm fine with that. He's like a quarterback that doesn't run. I'm fine with that. Not everybody's Lamar Jackson. When you have Durant and Booker and all the other scoring, I don't care that his old ass ain't scoring. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. He's not effective unless he has the ball. He's honestly just another Okogie out there because he doesn't quickly shoot. He's not effective off ball. So teams they're not going to care because they can close out on him quickly enough to get back on him where they stall the possession and then he dribbles into a pick and roll. He's only effective with the ball in his hands. So basically, when you have KD, D-Book, and Aiden, and then Okogie and Stanley Johnson, whoever, you're playing 3-on-5 basketball. Because I'm not worried about CP3 off ball. I'm living with that spot up three because I know he doesn't want to shoot it. I saw tonight. He didn't shoot any shots. He just was dribbling around. Like, he has to be effective off ball or they're going to load up on Book and KD.
I'd be worried about leaving Chris Paul wide open behind the three-point arc for spot up threes in the playoffs. That dude has been a good three-point shooter his entire career.
Yeah, dude.
He's shooting 38% from three. Yes, he shoots slow, but like there's a difference between guys that can't shoot, so you completely leave them because you're willing to give them open threes, and Chris Paul, who doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but you don't want to give Chris Paul wide open threes.
Yeah, I do. If KD and Booker are on the court,
if you're giving a 38% three-point shooter open threes, then you should be fired as a coach.
Yeah, do you act like his percentage is bad, Romp?
I don't care about percentage. He's a
you
low
don't care
volume
how
shooter.
much he makes threes when he shoots them?
No, you not understand what he's a low volume shooter and he doesn't have a quick trigger. So if you have a fast athletic defense, you can sag off of him and get back, install the shot clock. And then the Suns are working deep into the shot clock like they were tonight. Because there's multiple times where Chris Paul got the swing pass and he was like, oh, what do I do with it? Oh, I need a screen. And then they went into a pick and roll. And then you saw the offense stall out.
If guys, this is on Chris Paul to do, but if guys are sprinting at him because they're sagging so far off him and have to close out 20 feet to the three-point arc, he just needs to attack the closeout. And then he gets into the lane and then he can distribute from there or hit that mid-range or hit that floater. Like, yes, if he has a slow trigger, you can play off him a little bit more, but you don't want to put him in situations where he has an easy time attacking closeouts. And that's what you're doing if you're scrambling 20 feet or whatever out to the 3-point line when he catches the ball. Now, he needs to obviously make a quick decision to attack those closeouts, but if you're overextending on closeouts because you have to make up a bunch of ground, he'll be fine attacking those. And then you got Booker spotting up, Kevin Durant spotting up, Ayton as a dump-off option for Chris Paul after he's beat a defender. I don't think that's a great strategy defensively.
Here's my thing. Your best closing lineups in the playoffs, I'm talking like deep into the playoffs. I'm not talking first round. Well, you might play the Clippers in the first round if that's the case. But what I'm saying is closing lineup, Chris Paul can't be in it. Get out. Defensively, huge liability. Offensively, if he wants to shoot, which is a big if when it matters most, mostly a liability. So I would rather point Book over Chris Paul closing.
This just sounds like hate.
Okay.
I think that's a good take.
Let's say it's not hate. Okay, let's live in that world.
It's not hate. It's just.
So you do know that that's what the Suns are doing, right? Like the goal this year was to have Chris Paul completely play off ball until they're in the half court situation. You work it to him and he can make an expert decision on where the ball should go. That's what the Suns are doing.
Then what happened tonight? Where was his offense? This great off-ball offense tonight.
He had a bad night. Booker. His shot wasn't dropping. Neither was Booker's.
Where was it last year in the playoffs?
Last year in the playoffs, they were trying to bring him full court, like have him run inbound the ball, bring it up the court. He's guarded the entire way by Alvarado or Reggie Bullock or Herb Jones, smothered, expending energy, sweating, getting his, getting all his stamina drained. So he didn't have anything left when it came time to shoot and stuff. Gary says he can't play off ball. What the hell was him with James Harden? He was one of the best versions of Chris Paul when he was playing with James Harden.
Chris Paul is now.
Here's the thing.
I gotta pee. Please handle him. Handle him while I pee.
Yeah.
Pause.
So he missed 7 games in a row in early January, came back and played great offensively. But the Suns were obviously struggling and not fully healthy, so he had to play major minutes. I'm looking at his game log. He comes back immediately, 38 minutes. Next game, 31-point win over Charlotte, 27 minutes. But then after that, 38 minutes, 39 minutes, 35 minutes. And he played really good all those games. 8 for 18, 6 for 9, 9 for 16, 12 for 20, 5 for 11. Scores over 20 points 3 out of 5 times, 19 points 4 out of 5 times. But then he starts to struggle. And basically, I think it just comes down to you have to keep him fresh. But the Suns didn't have the luxury of keeping him fresh when he came back off that injury because they were fighting to not be a play-in team. Now that you have Kevin Durant, once Kevin Durant is back, you'll be able to get away with playing Chris Paul 20, 25 minutes. You'll have a lot of blowout wins. And hypothetically, you should be able to get him fresh for the playoffs. When he's fresh this year, I feel like he's played really well. He came back off that first injury he had in November, had a really good stretch during December. I think it's more so just about keeping him fresh. That if he's fresh, he's fine.
I mean, you could say if he's fresh and all that, but all I know, his track record, he gets injured every single playoff run.
I mean, he usually has to play heavy minutes going up to every playoff run. But here's the thing: if he's as bad as you say, but how's that a problem?
Walking like an old man, like he's 75 years old.
Romp, how is that a problem? If you say he's not even supposed to be in the finishing lineup, if he gets hurt, they're still contenders.
Yeah, they're better. So it would be a blessing, actually. Everyone hates Campaign, but if you look at his starting stats, they're the same as CP3, and he brings a different dynamic.
He's averaging 9 assists per game as a starter?
He's averaging 15 and 7 as a starter.
I'm going to fact check this.
Please do, because this dude's all about spreading misinformation.
I just don't get how
disinformation.
I don't get how everyone hates Campaign. but everyone loves CP3. Campaign's this huge liability. We got to replace him. We got to do this and that.
He started
But-
14 games. That's such a small sample.
Oh, small sample size. Remember in the Lakers series a couple years ago
He
when
dicked
CP3
the
went
Lakers
down. And he was cooking.
He did dick the Lakers down. But look, here's the reason why people hate on Payne. Payne's number one offensive move is blowing past you and going for the layup. But guess what he does 6 out of 10 times? Smokes the goddamn layup. So it's ultimately frustrating when the one thing this guy does is supposed to be this, and he can't even do that because he's like too fast. He's approaching the backboard at too high of a velocity to have any touch.
Yep.
And it's just like smoke layup, smoke layup, smoke layup, and you've had your fill. And then talk about taking shots away from Booker and CP3. When he's on the court, he catches that bitch and he's open. He's launching from 3. And if he's hitting, it's great. But
he's been much less efficient as a starter than Chris Paul. Their stats aren't the same.
It seems like you guys have a much higher standard for Campaign than CP3.
No, I mean I can back it up with facts. He's much less efficient as a starter the last 2 years than Chris Paul has been this year. Because of the very thing that Gabe said.
I gotta give it to you on this though, Romp. I do think that people, including myself, are too hard on Campaign. That doesn't have to be a lie. I don't have to act like that's a lie. I think I agree. He doesn't get enough love. He gets like the opposite of kid gloves. You know, we treat him like he's supposed to always be what he was, even though he took less money to come back.
I'm just saying, Chris Paul was needed back then. He's not needed now.
That doesn't mean that they're better.
And
without
ultimately,
him.
he's going to be a liability on the court deep into the playoffs. If
Torrey,
he gets to the finals, he will be a liability.
Based on what?
Romp believes
huge liability.
Romp believes that Chris Paul is a traffic cone and that other teams are going to, whoever is guarding him, they're going to hunt him, they're going to get him switched, and they're going to just go at him. And he thinks that he won't be able to do anything about it.
Having him on the court, and then without Mikal, without Cam Johnson, you're putting more pressure defensively on D-Book and Kevin Durant. And then you got a CP3 who you have to hide on the worst man. So that puts more pressure on D-Book and Kevin Durant.
I mean, Kevin Durant can handle that, though. He's one of the best rim-protecting forwards in the league. Like, you got Ayton and you got Kevin Durant. I mean, it just comes down to me. It comes down to keeping Chris Paul fresh so that he can give that energy defensively for 5-6 minute spurts. I think you're going to have to rely on Campaign. He's been obviously better this year, but he's just always kind of a mixed bag. And that would be my worry for the Suns, is like you got too many guys that you don't necessarily know what you're going to get offensively each game. Like sometimes they can be like Okogie was tonight, and sometimes Okogie will literally not be guarded and won't make a three. Campaign's always been inconsistent and isn't the most efficient player. So that would be my worry. But I mean, you can run lineups without a traditional point guard. You can run with Book and KD. I think you're at the point where you don't have to rely on Chris Paul as much. You play him less. Then when he plays, he's better because he's fresher. And therefore, he's not a guy that hurts the team.
Romp, when I see Chris Paul go for a three, I more than likely think it's going to go in. I'm not to the point where I'm like, oh, great, he's shooting. It's not like that. When he doesn't hit, it's like, oh, maybe he doesn't have it tonight.
Gabe, when you were gone, I was looking at his game log, and you know that injury he had in January?
Yeah, and when he came back fresh,
and played
he was
really good.
Lights out.
But he was playing like 3 out of the 5 games. He played over 38 minutes a game because you guys needed him so bad. And now he's struggling.
How's he going to be fresh during the playoffs?
Because they don't have to rely on him down the stretch.
You're going to be playing him. You're going to be playing him wire to wire games. Like the playoffs.
In the playoffs, I mean, they shouldn't be.
You're not going to have an all-star break during the playoff run. Like, how is he going to stay fresh?
if Monty's playing him wire to wire and he's struggling because of it, that's not a Chris Paul issue. That's a Monty issue.
He's gonna be playing him wire to wire.
Yeah, that's not a Chris Paul issue. That's a Monty issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he shouldn't be playing wire to wire.
Why am I so hard on Chris Paul? Because he's a star player. He gets paid the big bucks. So you have to rely on him. If he's getting paid that, he should be held to a higher standard than a Josh Okogie or whoever. And I just see him as a liability. And I'm telling you, other teams, when they see Chris Paul on the court next to KD and Book in the playoffs, they're happy. They're fine with it. And they're like, please, handle the ball, Chris Paul, please.
I don't think it matters what they make. The team right now is what it is for the rest of the season. Whatever's best for the team is what it should be. If you magically found a buyout point guard that came in and somehow played better than him, then he should play more than him, even though he'd be on a minimum while Chris Paul's making $30 million. I don't think it matters what they make. Like you as a coach, you can't make decisions based on what guys make. It's just whatever is best for the team. So yeah, he's going to be overpaid probably the next couple of years, but
my thing with the Suns,
the owner's
like,
paying a bunch of money. It doesn't matter.
Who's playing defense? Okogie,
Craig, KD, Ayton.
Busy.
Busy.
Busy is so good on defense.
He's probably in the middle. He's solid.
Dude,
I don't know why he's laughing, but
what else does Busy do if not defense and rebounding? He ain't offensive. What do you think he does, Romp?
Busy.
What do you think he's got a contract for?
I don't know. I'm wondering the same thing.
The dude changes shots and blocks shots.
He's one of
the best rim protecting. Tori, fact check me here. Where does he rank in rim protection?
You're gonna make me pull up.
Please.
Index.
I need you to.
But Stanley Johnson, he's the best you're gonna get. I'm not calling him a savior.
Bro,
but Okogie tonight,
Matisse Thybulle, who's a better 3-point shooter than Stanley Johnson, get played off the floor in playoffs, despite his great defense.
No matter who you put out there, you saw tonight, Josh Okogie was raining threes. No matter if Josh Okogie is a 60% 3-point shooter, they're not going to guard him. You're always going to have a player on the court, most likely, that they're not going to guard, unless you're the Golden State Warriors back in the day when they had everyone. But the Suns right now, they're in a position where they don't have any more options. Stanley Johnson's their best option. Is he going to get guarded in the playoffs? No, but he's 6'7". He's 6'7", big body. He can try against Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Tonight, in the fourth quarter, Paul George went ham on Josh Okogie because Paul George was like, okay.
I agree.
Yeah, you know who'd be nice to guard him? Kevin Durant.
Because Paul George was like, yo, let me hit you with a jab step and shoot it right over you because you're
too short.
Josh Okogie.
Too short. Totally true.
Too short.
But there's a bunch of stars in this league who are averaging insane offensive numbers because they're basically unguardable. So why would you potentially hamstring your offense? I think Paul George goes off against Stanley Johnson too.
Probably.
So, but then on the other end, you're making it much tougher to keep up because you got a dude who's not being guarded. Why?
They're gonna have a dude, no matter what, who's not being guarded with KD and D Booker.
Yeah, but if it's a dude that can make defenses pay.
With Joel Embiid, people were not guarding Danny Green.
Well, then you should have a 40% 3-point shooter shoot open threes. You should be able to score a lot doing that.
This is why it's a star-driven league, because you're gonna get doubled. Stars are gonna get doubled. They're gonna get this, and you can't rely on role players to take you to the promised land.
You can't rely on 40% 3-point shooters to shoot open threes.
No, because Danny Green will have a game where he goes 0 of 10. Role players will be role players.
And stars have games where they struggle too.
Your stars have to be good enough to beat double teams and overcome Josh Okogie, bricking 3-pointers.
Dude, but we're
What I
talking about
want from my role players is the best chance defensively, and Stanley Johnson, 6'7", is a better chance than Josh Okogie defensively against a Kawhi Leonard. And
This is why the Sixers have never made it out of the second round.
Because of you, Romp.
No,
well, you guys have had these good defensive players that are complete liabilities offensively, and they've literally held you back in the playoffs.
Who?
Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. But the Suns are in a position where no matter what, they're gonna have a liability on offense.
Teddy says Okogie.
That's not true.
Teddy says Okogie been balling. Why the hate, Teddy? It's because I'm only hate.
I'm talking playoff.
He says it's not hate. I have to agree. I would like to see Okogie only guarding 1s and 2s. I'm not that interested in seeing him guard the 3s of the other team. So that's going to rely on Craig, and Craig's a smart, tough-minded defender, but he doesn't have that great a lateral quickness. Can we be honest? He's not the most bendy kind of guy. As far as swinging his hips and staying in front of the ball handler. So I think he's elite at guarding 1s and 2s.
I agree with that.
I mean,
but you got to have somebody else to guard fucking Paul George and Kawhi.
Okogie might be a liability in the playoffs. It remains to be seen because he hasn't been a good 3-point shooter his entire career. This year he's a little bit better. Who knows how much stock to put in that? Torrey Craig is shooting the lights out this year. He's 40%. If he's shooting 40%, he's not a liability. He's not a liability on offense.
Yeah, but he, once again, another player who's shooting 40%, but the Clippers tonight, they did not care if he shot.
Yeah, sometimes Booker goes 1 for 6 from 3.
So that's why,
like tonight,
why are you against Stanley Johnson, who's taller, bigger than Okogie? Why are you against Stanley
he's
Johnson?
not good.
Why do you hate him so much?
Because he's not good. There's a reason no team wants him.
But it doesn't make sense because you're saying Torrey Craig, who's shooting 40%, but was still not being guarded tonight. So Stanley Johnson's offensive liabilities, it's the same thing with every other role player on the Suns.
Torrey Craig was 2 for 3 from 3 tonight.
And he's been cold.
So you're saying Torrey Craig not being guarded is the reason that the Suns lost when he was 2 for 3 from 3?
No.
That doesn't make sense. He should have got him more threes if he was 2 for 3 from 3. If he's shooting the 3 ball well at 40% and he's 2 for 3 from 3 and they're leaving him wide open all the time like you're trying to imply, they should have fed him the ball then and let him shoot wide open threes because he makes a good amount of them.
What I'm saying is,
Connor
Stanley Johnson. What Connor said is very true. Stanley Johnson is 6'7", a better defender than Okogie on forwards.
Can you please say his name right, please?
I'm telling you.
Just picture the word.
Stanley Johnson over Okogie.
When you go to Subway, you get a hoagie. When you go to the Suns game, you get a Kogi. Okay.
I'm just saying, sign. What's you got?
I don't even think you have
Johnson.
I don't even think you have a case for Stanley Johnson being better than Okogie defensively.
Just sign Stanley Johnson.
I don't think you
there's
have
going to be
matchups
matchups where Stanley Johnson, like the Clippers, is a better option defensively than Josh Okogie.
You're basing that against the Nuggets against who?
Against the Nuggets, Jamal Murray is probably.
Jamal
Murray, Okogie's probably a better matchup.
Yeah, I like Okogie and Murray.
So you get flexibility with signing Stanley Johnson. It doesn't really have to be
Here's the thing. You're evaluating it based off. You're evaluating it based off tonight when they didn't have their most versatile defender.
I mean, KD's great defensively.
And Bazley,
but you don't want to have all the pressure on him defensively.
If you need a guy like that, just play Bazley.
Bazley?
He's been a good defender this year.
We talking about Bazley?
He's been a good defender this year.
We talking about Bazley?
He's been a good defender this year.
He's the only Bazley hater on the planet.
You're a Bazley hater? Oh,
he's a Bazley hater.
Of course he is. His opinions are so random. Like Bazley shot. Like, Baisley is young enough where, like, maybe he can find a 3-point shot, and he's been good defensively this year, but we want to go for old-ass, washed-up Stanley Johnson.
We talking about Baisley.
We're talking about Stanley fucking Johnson, bro. What do you mean we're talking about Baisley?
Yeah, we're talking about mid on mid. But the thing is, you're telling me I'm basing it only on tonight. What are you basing Baisley off of? He can't even scratch the court with the Thunder unless they're a 5-win team.
Hey,
and Stanley Johnson can't even get on the Thunder.
See, and Baisley was in a power forward by committee situation on a team that's, up and coming, but it's like he had run his course with them. Like, he still has another gear he can reach. I wanted to ask you, Tori, because you're one of the only NBA players you like is Baisley. Why is Baisley valuable?
I like him for his upside. And I like that he's a good defender. And he's 6'9" and solid athlete.
Very solid.
And he's
athlete.
22. He's
you
22.
Like Stanley Johnson being 6'7"?
Shorter, less athletic, older,
thicker,
probably a worse 3-point shooter. That's why you like him.
Thicker. If we want thickness, we just keep Ish.
Yeah, you got a freaking football player on the
Ish
team.
Can't move his feet to save his life.
Baisley moves his feet just as well as Stanley. Like, what does Stanley Johnson do better?
I don't think you've ever seen Stanley Johnson play defense.
Bro, I've watched Stanley Johnson since he was at Arizona with Rondé Hollis Jefferson, man.
I don't think you ever seen Stanley Johnson play defense. I think you're a little upset because he's locked up Damian Lillard before.
When?
No, I completely made that up.
Oh shit!
I don't get it. I don't get your opinions, Romp.
I don't get your love for Baisley.
I explained my love for Baisley, and it makes perfect sense.
What's not to like about Baisley, Romp? The only thing I don't know about is his defense, but I've heard he's a good defender.
I mean, I haven't seen anything of him. That's my problem.
So then, of course, you don't understand it.
So we're talking about Baisley, and you don't know anything different. To you, he might as well be Kent Bazemore.
I'm just saying, like he's got to prove himself in the regular season. I'm looking at the bigger picture and everything. I'm looking at the playoffs.
Proved that he's ass for 10 regular seasons in a row.
Who?
Stanley Johnson has.
He has an elite trait. He has elite defense.
Don't you think a team would keep him then or want him?
Well, it's the Spurs and they're trying to lose, so there is that aspect of the story that you can't
take. He played
take.
with the Lakers last year and he was pretty damn good.
I think you overrate his defense if you think it's elite.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Suns' defense is so glaringly bad right now to a playoff standard. Like, I'm talking third round in the playoffs, finals round, that they could use a Stanley Johnson, who also has a 7-foot wingspan, by the way.
Okay,
as thick as PJ Tucker.
I got a little analogy, all right? So I hang shit up behind me, right? I've got a lot of nails here. I got some push pins. Sometimes I can't find my actual hammer. So what do? I look for the next nearest goddamn thing in the room that I could bang on the nail with to get it to go into the wall. And sometimes it's, sometimes it's the back of myself. I've used the speaker to nail shit in. It might not be a hammer, but goddamn it, it's the closest thing I've got to a hammer. And that's what Gary's trying to say is, how about the Suns' defense is a liability and there's no better options available? If he's better than Ish Wainwright on defense, then I want him over Ish. How about
it can
that?
be a problem without a solution.
You want another defensive liability? Go sign Kevin Love. That would be fun.
Here's what's funny is, like, every single team in the league has a weakness. Every single team in the league has a weakness. How many teams are going to be able to fix all their weaknesses via the buyout market? None of them.
But how many teams are
like,
in
what are we
position
talking about
to?
here?
I mean, the Suns are one of the only teams. The Celtics could do it. There's other top flight teams that can just get glomerons, if you want to call them that, and it's they can, so they're gonna try. We're gonna probably be letting Ish go. So like, what do we do? Just leave a roster spot empty? I mean, I think it's got to be Stanley Johnson. Somebody better.
I mean, you guys could sign him, but you shouldn't plan on playing him in the playoffs.
They're playing Josh Okogie major minutes right now.
Dude, at this point, and I have never been high on Okogie. I've never been high on him. I'd play him over Stanley Johnson.
I would too.
It's because you don't like Stanley Johnson, obviously.
It's because he's not good.
What's wrong with Stanley Johnson's offense?
I'm not saying he should play over Koji. I'm just saying, depending on the matchup, it would be nice to have a Stanley Johnson who can contend against a Paul George. Because what I saw tonight, Paul George was licking his chops in the fourth quarter, shooting over him like he was me out there. You can't have a 6'4" player on Paul George. Come on now.
That's why you got Kevin.
You don't want Kevin Durant guarding Paul George every single possession. You don't want D-Book guarding Paul George every single possession.
It used to be McHale who never had to come out.
The thing is like most of these stars that you're talking about can't be guarded one-on-one, and it has to be like some team-based defense.
Yeah,
like you have to have a good team defense behind them. It's more so about, okay, when they inevitably beat the guy on the ball because these stars are so good, do you have guys that'll rotate over, protect the rim, dig in, get a steal, make it hard?
Yeah, and a 6'7", 7-foot wingspan, thick boy Stanley Johnson is a great team defender. Who's also having a career year shooting-wise, 45% from three.
On how many attempts per game and how many games?
Probably like 0.2, but...
Exactly. We're talking about like maybe 1% of his career in terms of three-point shooting. Well, I'm not going to put stock into that. So it's
how
not
about the fact
sample.
that players shoot better from three in Monty's system? And that's almost an undeniable fact of life. D. Lee. Okogie.
I don't think...
Not Jock.
I don't think Stanley Johnson is going to be a good... I don't think Stanley Johnson is going to be good enough, man. He's just not.
But if there's no one good. Better, then I like your idea of sign him, but don't expect to start him or don't expect to play him a lot. He's just like there in case of emergency. Hey, we've got a guy who can come in and play some defense, maybe get a stop.
I just think over the alternative guys that you could play as defensive wings, he's going to hurt your offense more than he's going to help your defense.
I thought the offense is so good that we don't have to worry about liabilities. I thought Chris Paul's so good with Devin Booker and KD, we don't got to worry about one offensive liability.
When did I say you don't have to worry about one offensive liability?
Well, you're
I said
worrying
Chris Paul
about
isn't.
Stanley Johnson, the
I said Chris Paul isn't a liability.
When he can be a guy who can withstand one-on-one versus Kawhi and PG. You don't got to overhelp and stuff.
Repeat that. I don't know what you're saying. Romp thick point oh.
Thick point oh.
I don't think Chris Paul's a liability like you think he is.
Well,
I think Stanley Johnson would, and that hurt the offense. Pretty simple.
You brought up how you can't trust the coach, you can't trust these certain players, but we're talking about how deadly this Suns offense is going to be. So what is it? Is it going to be a deadly offense, or
the Suns offense is going to be deadly because you should have enough scoring out there where you can't just completely not guard guys in order to send a double team to KD. Basically, it becomes a situation where nobody on this earth can guard KD one-on-one. Okay, you have to send a double his way. If you have enough offense out there, you send a double his way. You got a good three-point shooter in a Terrence Ross or Devin Booker, whoever, knocking down threes. That makes that offense basically unstoppable.
Gabe told me the master plan of the Suns. Someone else bring the ball up the court and then facilitate back to CP3. So if KD gets doubled, the savior, as everyone is proclaiming him, CP3 will, he'll make light work of this double team stuff.
I mean, open three, or he's attacking a closeout, getting into the paint, distributing, which is his strength. You'll live with either of those results.
Here's the thing. Why would you not want to have a 6'7" thick boy Stanley Johnson?
Because then people can double off him and he's not a good three-point shooter.
But once again, we're back to square one. You're going to have players that they're going to double off of because they have KD and D-Book. No matter who. If you have a Danny
but
Green,
dude, you're so no.
You have a Danny
Yeah,
Green,
they're gonna double
doubling.
off. Yeah, bro, there's a difference between having a 3-point shooter that makes 40% of his threes compared to a 3-point shooter that makes 30% of his
He's
threes.
shooting 45% though.
On what? This year, on a very small sample size, guess what? I could maybe go into an NBA game and make my first three. Does that mean I'm the greatest shooter ever?
Yeah, but here's the thing. On the Spurs, he's probably getting contested threes because no one's doubling.
He has no
anyone
pressure
on
on the Spurs. It's a tanking team. Players normally shoot better on tanking teams.
He's getting booty naked open threes on the Suns this year.
Dude, he's been in the league for how many years? 4, 5, 6, 7. This is his
But why
8th year, and you're focusing on
Josh Okogie?
because he's been in the league. This is his 5th year. He's shooting better on a much larger sample this year compared to a guy who's in his 8th year, who has sucked his first 7 years and is shooting better on a much smaller sample this year.
Yeah, but we're back to square one once again. Can you just admit, if you have D-Book, KD, they're doubling anyway.
Yeah, and then you kick it to a good 3-point shooter, and you score a lot of points.
Torrey Craig.
Exactly, bro. So what's so think about this.
gonna
Think
double
about this. I
KD.
can't believe you don't understand this. Think about this.
So
Think about it. Think
6'7" thick boy Stanley Johnson.
because Okogie is a better 3-point shooter than Stanley Johnson.
He's not though.
I think he's a better
Look at the
3-point shooter at this
stats.
point. He's shooting. I just said why statistically you can put more stock in Okogie shooting this year than you can put in Stanley Johnson's. They've been very equally bad leading up to this point.
So you're proving my point that
no, you just don't know how to analyze
stupid.
statistics. No, you just don't know how to analyze statistics.
That percentages don't matter because no matter
They
what,
do matter. Making shots
they're
matters.
doubling KD and D-Book.
Bro. Gabe, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
45%.
Shut up.
The thing
Guess what? So here's let me talk.
The thing that sticks out to me that you're saying, Tori, is the fact that he's been sucky for 7 years, and now he's on his 8th, and you're going to be like, oh, now he'll be good. That is a red flag.
He shot 43s. If he made 3 less, what is he shooting? You know what I mean? If he made 4 less, like the fact that he made 4 threes instead of missed 4 threes when he shot over 1,100 threes in his career at 30%. Why am I going to put stock in his last 40? Just doesn't make sense statistically to analyze things that way.
Yeah,
but in the end, it's like, okay, so they are going to double those guys anyway. Well, what's the result then? You kick it to either Stanley Johnson, who doesn't make threes, and he bricks a bunch of threes, or you kick it to somebody who's a better shooter.
D-Lee, Terrence Ross, Josh Okogie, who's technically better than Stanley Johnson at shooting threes.
Like, here's the
Torrey
thing.
Craig.
If Okogie isn't a good enough shooter and it's making them hurt, then they're not going to play Stanley Johnson instead because he's going to hurt them too. If it comes to a situation where they have to take Josh Okogie out of the game because he's not shooting well enough, they're going to go for offense. They're not going to go for an even worse or equally bad shooter that does the same thing. So it either becomes a situation where like Okogie is good enough shooting the ball and he's good defensively, even though you hate on his defense. Like, he's good defensively. Either he's good enough shooting the ball to be able to play.
Good tonight.
Okay, tonight. Okay, cool. He's a good defender.
Gary told me he was not good the other night.
Okay, so he had a couple bad defensive games.
It's because he's guarding dudes that are too big for him. Pause.
Yeah, I mean, but basically it comes down to this: is either he's a good enough shooting to not be a liability when teams double team. He'll be able to make defenses pay for that, and then he can play because he's a solid defender, to good defender, to great defender, whatever you want to say it. Or he's a liability on offense, and he gets subbed out for a guy that can provide more offense, and you guys just try and outscore teams. Nowhere in either scenario is like Stanley Johnson a better option.
You put in Terrence Ross, who is he's 6'7"?
6'7", baby boy, because he plays like a guard.
Well, his defense was atrocious tonight as well.
Yeah,
but
he ain't a great
he's
defender.
Not a good defender.
No,
I mean, but it comes down to how are you going to score with Booker and KD and Ayton and
yeah, but the thing is,
you know what I mean?
Every team, I give I could say that about every team's offense this year.
What do you mean? Not every team's offense has Booker and KD.
Yeah, but every team's offense is putting up like 125. My thing is what I'm doing, the way I'm predicting the playoffs is I'm looking at teams that could potentially lock up other teams when it matters most. Because I know offensively, pretty much every team's got it offensively. I see the Clippers as a team that can actually stand a chance against any team's offense. I'm looking at the Suns right now. It's going to be back and forth, 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 back and forth. It's like, yeah, they might outscore them and get to the finals. But, I mean, if I'm predicting, I'm picking the Clippers just because they have that defense dynamic.
They almost beat the Clippers today without KD.
Listen,
with their backcourt playing absolutely terrible. But, okay, counterpoint. Let me
with
just...
Kawhi
this
playing bad.
In the playoffs...
Kawhi playing terrible.
In the playoffs... The thing that regresses the most offensively is isolation basketball. The Suns are built in a way where I don't think them being able to score one-on-one will regress, where other teams won't be able to score the same way one-on-one. Like Blazers, when they would play one-on-one offense, they get into the playoffs and that would get shut down because defenses are able to be more physical. And when it's like, two small guards.
Calls.
Yeah, less calls. When it's two small guards, it's really hard to play through that. But when you got Kevin Durant, he's a cheat code. It doesn't matter. He scores in isolation in the playoffs. I think the Suns' playoff offense, because they can move the ball, but then when things get tough, I will have more confidence in their offense than probably any other offense in the league in terms of being able to generate shots when a set breaks down or, late in the shot clock or whatever. Because you got KD and then Booker is your number 2 isn't going to get the best defender. Like the big defenders, Giannis or whoever. I mean, Giannis doesn't guard stars anyway, but whoever, they're going to be guarding KD. So Booker's going to have an easier time creating out of one-on-one. So yes, every offense is good right now in the regular season. Some offenses, when they get to the playoffs, they're going to fall off. I don't think the Suns offense will fall off because of how good it is, because you got KD and Booker is your number 2.
Their defense is going to fall off like the biggest cliff you can possibly imagine.
This is going to get me to root for the Suns as they're built currently, Gabe.
Hey, we got a dono, and it would only be fair if I split it up 50% and you get $1 and you get $1. So I will send you guys your dollars. Brady says, Romp versus Tory, first take better watch out.
This is more in depth than anything on first take.
That's
history.
true. That's true. That's definitely true.
Because we both played college basketball.
True. And I might could have, probably not. But my grades were way too bad. Nobody was going to let me near a college, let alone a college basketball team.
When me and Gabe first talked, Gabe basically told me like, yeah, I could have played at Creighton.
Well, I got not drafted. I
got
recruited. I got recruited to play at Creighton Prep. Which is it's their all boys Jesuit school that they bring a lot of players out of, but my grades were too bad. I couldn't make it into their academic restrictions, bro. They were like, sorry. So It was all downhill from there.
Yeah, I played a Gonzaga Prep, but I don't think they were tied to Gonzaga.
Really? No, Creighton Prep is absolutely Creighton's preparatory school for sure.
Well, shouldn't have fucked off in high school.
Dude, I was a child, bro.
We could be talking about you solving the Suns' defensive issues right now.
That's why I look at players specifically like Doug McDermott, and he just lived the life that I wish I could. If he was wearing number 3 for Creighton, and that was my dream, man. But
here's the thing, kid.
Yeah.
Kid, if you don't give me that full $2, I'm never talking to you again, and I'm fucking going to another channel.
You're right.
Honestly, you can give it to him because I'm sure he needs it. I will be gracious and.
That's very gracious of you, actually. You're very kind.
He just got like 300K views off a Rui Hachimura video, but yeah, he needs the $1.
Dude, that's not all. I mean, did you see his one from the other day?
Oh, I don't want to see because I'll be jealous.
Listen, we're talking we're talking, I look at it, it's like 7 hours, 17K. And you know what it is? It's like
7 hours.
Yeah. It was
dude
like
streamed for 7 hours.
No. It was he put his video out about a new Lakers video. What was it called? This is scary.
Of course.
The Lakers. The new debut with what's his name? Russell?
Lakers.
It was insane. And then it's like 17. Like, what is it at now, Romp? Don't lie.
What are we talking about here?
He's a cheese ball, bro.
Yeah. I love the videos that are like, this play has the rest of the league trembling, and it's just like a random play in the second quarter.
Trembling. Romp, you need to add trembling, okay?
That's too long for these YouTube watchers. They'll be like,
too many syllables.
I want to pronounce that. All right. Thank you guys for making the post-game show that much more fun, man. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Thanks to all the new subs, everybody that liked the video. We crushed our goal. We'll see you guys next game, whenever that is. I do not know.
You didn't thank Gary. He was fucking...
Where's Gary? Has Gary been on at all this year?
A little bit. We're thinking about getting Suns fan Larry on the show.
I would pay to see Suns fan Larry.
We need to get Suns fan Larry back.
He kind of fell off when you guys were slumping.
Yeah, he's kind of a fair weather fan.
Wait, Brady said, "Are you excited for Wemby?" And Gary said, "No, because I don't pay attention to any basketball that's not the NBA." Bro, you don't know what Wemby is? Oh my goodness.
He knows.
How are you a Spurs fan? You don't know what Wemby is.
He's gaslighting. That's all he does.
That'll be the first dude that can guard KD.
Romp taught him to gaslight, and now he loves it. He's addicted to gaslighting like I'm addicted to laser eyes.
I don't even know what gaslighting is.
It's like when you try to make someone go crazy. Yeah. You're gaslighting me right now, you son of a bitch. Suns lose! Suns lose! Clutchest team in the league!